There you are.
No, I'm not.
But I did eat your socks.
Dog, now it sounds like we're doing Tenet. I just saw Tenet yesterday in theaters. I was in a theater, dude, with Enzo. Enzo and I saw it in IMAX.
Oh, Enzo was able to make it?
Yeah, we were in. He was the only one out of you, Gio, and him, because I went to multiple people.
Really?
Just to see if they wanted to see it.
Yeah.
It was very cool to see that movie in IMAX, especially with the music literally pounding throughout your entire body. It was like even gunshots. You felt the gunshots. It was so cool.
Nice.
I've never seen a movie in IMAX like that before, because the sound design has a lot of bass behind it.
Okay.
So
I don't think I've ever seen a movie in IMAX. At least not that I know of.
It's very cool.
Did they give you like 3D glasses?
No.
Oh.
No. I think I don't know if there still is IMAX 3D. I know there was at some point, but like I think 3D is just done. IMAX is less of a gimmick. It's more of like probably the best way to see a movie. Is what I'd say. But then I watched Synecdoche, New York today, and so like, okay, Tenet was already pretty trippy.
Yeah.
But like Synecdoche, New York made me just be like, all right, what's going on? And like, I'm sitting there, I'm like, okay, I gotta watch it again tomorrow. This might be my new favorite movie. I don't know. It's hard to say. But, I mean, you know, sometimes you just watch a movie and it just feels like this transcendent experience where you're like, this is something unlike anything I've ever seen before, and it does everything right, and I just love it.
So is this the movie we're going to choose to watch with Byron?
Yeah. Byron, I cannot see him enjoying it at all. He'd be like, yeah, it's just...
Where's the bad guy?
He might say that. Yeah, there's like,
there's no
it's very
villain,
much...
there's no final fight. The enemy ascended me.
Dude, I'm excited to film Suspicious Bill though. Coming home on Sunday. So we'll be in.
I just realized I have forgotten to retrieve my shoes.
Oh no!
So they're probably long gone by now.
No, I imagine they're still in.
They're just at the front porch.
Yeah, I mean my parents are downstate right now. I would ask them, but what time is it? Like 10:30?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're asleep. But yeah, I can just ask them in the morning. Yeah, I don't really want to go home, but you know, kind of nice. I think my classes technically start on Thursday, so I'm kind of up here, but I don't have any meetings. You have? Oh, you're doing? Okay, so you are doing classes now.
Yep. Only one though, because I was too late for a lot of the other ones. But I'm gonna go full time next semester. I kind of want to ease into
OCC or?
Yeah, OCC.
Oh.
I kind of wanted to ease into college and university.
Yeah. So yours start tomorrow, you said?
Today.
Because I think that's when most classes start. I honestly don't know why Oakland's decided, yeah, we're doing Thursday.
Yeah, I know.
They're like, fuck you guys. Everyone else starting on Wednesday. That's Loserville. We're cool.
Well, actually, OCC started a lot of their classes on like the 29th or the 28th.
Oh, okay. Well, see, that even makes more sense than Thursday. To be fair, Tenet technically comes out on Thursday, so I guess they wanted to, you know, line up with that or something.
Of course.
I don't know. I'm just making this up.
As they would.
Yeah. Thankfully, I have no meetings because I have a wedding to go to on Saturday.
Oh, nice.
I don't have any meetings until Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And my Tuesday is my film class. I'm very excited for that because that's the only, that's the only one I care about.
You're going to college.
The other classes, okay, so I have an intro to philosophy class, which I'm actually excited for too because
I'm doing that actually for my class.
Oh wow.
This semester.
Okay. So we're gonna,
it was like the only class that actually open.
When we go raid Colton's apartment, we'll be like, so what did you think about this philosopher? Something like that.
Yeah.
And
it's gonna be the history. What was this pragmatic truth over here?
I know philosophy is very important in
yeah.
filmmaking. Especially something like Synecdoche, New York, where that is like one of the most dense movies I think I've ever seen.
Very philosophical movie.
It's 2 hours, and I felt like I sat there for a week, but it flew by in like 10 minutes.
Wow.
And I don't even know how that makes sense, but it does to me. It's like, because the way the movie is structured is, you have, I don't know, are we going to watch it with Byron? Do you want me to say anything about it?
I mean, like, nothing that would spoil it, I guess, but...
Okay.
Because I do kind of want to, like, experience that movie firsthand, and then watch it again, and then...
Yeah, you do have to watch it more than once, because I don't even know what the hell happened. Like, I had a pretty good grasp through the first hour, I think. Like, and even beyond the first hour, but like at the end, I'm just like, okay, I don't know what's going on anymore, because there's just, like, there's already like 10 layers when you jump into the movie, but then like they just add like 5,000 layers at the end, on top of the layers they added throughout the movie. So it's like, and these are even surface level layers too. I'm not even talking about like the deeper meaning. I'm talking like, I don't know, like, so you have like characters who are connected to other characters, but it's like, well, okay, they're connected to this character, but they're doing this with this character, and like, you'll see what I mean when you see the movie.
Like, everyone's kind of interconnected. Well, like,
yeah.
But they're all they all have something to do with each other.
It's very obvious that they have something to do with each other. You will see.
Okay.
That is not hard to miss. Even Byron will pick up on that.
Okay,
but it's like,
yeah.
it's like you're sitting there, you're like, okay. And then by the end of the movie, you just like you're just sitting. I felt like I was just staring at the movie, and then the movie ended, and I felt broken as a human.
Oh,
I was like,
yeah.
I was like, oh my god, this is just one of the greatest movies I think I've ever seen. So, and that guy's got a new movie coming out this Friday. I don't know if I can handle 2 of his movies in a week. I'm thinking of ending things.
Oh yeah?
My dog is barking at me now. It's just me up at the house right now, except for my dog. Uller Town.
USA.
That is not a place I want to live. A town run by Uller sounds horrible.
Everything would be broken. It'd be broken as a system.
There wouldn't even be a system.
It would be Uller.
I don't even know. Like, how would a dog structure a town?
I don't think it would.
Would they even be able to? Would they even?
Well, there was a town that elected a dog as a mayor.
I thought it was a cat. I remember there was a town with a cat.
No, there's a town with a dog too. I'm pretty sure.
Wow. How did that happen?
Maybe the competition was just so bad.
I'll even take a dog before I take this character, they says out loud.
There probably wasn't any competition now that I think about it. Like, a dog just kind of showed up. Like, all of the candidates were, like, sick one day, and then the dog got away from his owner and just kind of went up on the stage and barked. And then they chose him.
They're like, yeah! This dog's not a rapist! Something like that.
Finally, diversity in our government.
Look at this dog.
Yo, look at this dog I found. Let's make it mayor.
How would that dog even, like, is that dog showing up to the office?
I actually...
Are they sticking it in an office all day where it just sits there?
Like like a suit and everything.
Suit and tie. I just imagine Uller in that.
I imagine my own dog.
He would just tear it off. He'd be like, no, that's enough.
Get this off.
Come on, buddy. Trying to encourage him to walk up the stairs, but he's trying to get me down there.
He's encouraging me to get downstairs. Like, come on, Luke. Come on, boy.
See, the thing is, I'm a more intelligent creature than he is, so... Oh, I stubbed my toe. Ow, I stubbed my toe.
I bet Uller stubs his toes.
He doesn't have any toes! Actually, no, he does. I mean, he has very tiny toes.
No, it's actually just one, like, oval of a foot.
Yeah. Also, I saw New Mutants. That was another movie I saw.
New music?
No, New Mutants.
Oh, New Mut. Oh, yeah, that's right. Oh, yeah, you were talking.
That movie stinks.
Oh, it's bad?
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Are you streaming?
I am.
Or no? Okay. Because I gotta let the people know. New Mutants is not worth risking your life to see.
This movie is a danger to your life and well-being.
Well, I mean, because of COVID, it is.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
It literally is.
I'll just slap
Same thing with Tenet. But Tenet was cool. I give Tenet a 7 out of 10. The thing about it, though, is like...
7 out of 10.
Yeah. Like, the first half is very hard to follow, and in some ways, it's because of the way the movie's structured, and I'm fine with that. But in other ways, it's because Christopher Nolan is, like, deliberately trying to not let you understand it in a way that's, like, kind of dumb. And I'm like, dog, just... I don't like this, like, false complexity.
Oh.
Where it's just, you know, by making it hard to understand what the characters are saying, you don't know, like, who is doing what. It's another thing like Synecdoche, New York. Except Synecdoche, New York, I think is a lot better because you feel like you can follow what's going on. Where Tenet, I'm like, even if I watched that 100 times, I'm not even sure I could follow what's happening because it's just like the audio mix is so bad.
Oh.
They take the audio mixing has the dialogue like it's the quietest thing, and the music and the sound effects, like just, you know, what's going on in the environment, is the loudest stuff. And it's like, okay, I don't know why you're doing this. It's gonna win the best sound awards at the Oscars just because it's the loudest. That's what happened. So, yeah. I don't think it deserves it because I couldn't hear what was happening. Best directing, I think it might be the best directing of the year so far, personally. I would not be upset if Christopher Nolan won Best Director for this movie, just because I think that's the best part of the movie. Like, I don't know, are you planning on watching Tenet? I don't want to spoil it for the stream, actually, so just in case someone out there is planning on watching Tenet.
Yeah.
Because it might be forever until you actually get to see it.
Yeah, so, like, if I were to watch it, it'd have to be for, like, movie club or something.
Yeah. I think I don't know if we're gonna do Synecdoche, New York, or I'm thinking of ending things. I don't know. But Synecdoche, New York has a lot to talk about. The thing is, I think people have to watch it more than once. It's not something they can just sit down and be like, yeah, I'm gonna watch Synecdoche, New York really casually.
But just like if we would do it for the movie club, just say like kind of put it in like a side note, and like when we lock in the movie, put like a side note saying like, yeah, this movie's this movie's deep, or this movie's really intense. I would suggest watch it a second time.
Yeah, I mean,
for a better conversation or something.
Yeah, it's very dense. There is so much going on. And Philip Seymour Hoffman is really good in it. Sorry for the voice crack. I don't know why I'm apologizing, but
that's how good he was.
Yeah. No, wait, that's a point. He literally in the movie, I remember, he says sorry for something, and he's like, I don't know what I'm. No, he said, I don't know why I'm bowing. But it was very similar.
Oh.
Like, he might have said, I don't know why I'm apologizing. Yeah, see, the fact that I'm like, I don't know, it's on my mind more than I think I realize it is. I feel like it's just buried its way into my subconscious, is what it's happened. Like, after 2 seconds after watching it, it's like, it's just digging down in there. And I did not turn the movie off when the credits hit. I just let it play, and I turned the lights back on in my house, and I'm just like sitting there, like looking. I'm like, wow. Kind of
looking. You're just letting your mind do its thing.
Yeah, I'm just like, I don't know what.
Not even necessarily thinking, just kind of.
Yeah. Well, after that movie, it's like I don't know if I can. I mean, I have to think about the movie now. Man. And so apparently, like, I'm thinking of ending things. It's supposed to be a very dreadful experience.
Oh, really?
In, like, a good way. Like, in terms of, it's a very well-made movie. But I'm like, oh, no. I mean, yeah. The movie's called I'm Thinking of Ending Things. It's referring to the relationship. But I don't think it's going to end there. I just don't see that happening. The movie, I mean, it seems like Charlie Kaufman is very interested in depression in his directorial efforts.
Okay.
And I think Synecdoche, New York might be one of the best depictions of depression I've ever seen on film. Yeah. Because, I mean, you didn't see the entirety of The Lighthouse. I'd say it's very similar to The Lighthouse. And yeah, it's just one of those movies. I'm glad I watched it before my film class starts, because it definitely feels like something that will be brought up by the students. Like, yeah, I'm a fan of Synecdoche, New York. I'm like, oh, I am also a fan of Synecdoche, New York.
Like, what did you know?
I feel like I should watch The Holy Mountain as well. That's an important movie. Because that's like, a lot of film majors like just won't shut up about that movie.
Wait, what was it called again?
The Holy Mountain.
Oh.
I remember my cousin was telling me about it. He's like, yeah, all my film major friends are just like constantly talking about this movie. I'm like, huh, seems interesting. So, yeah. That's and I remember one of the critics I listened to said it was his favorite movie. So I feel like I should probably watch it. Synecdoche, New York was his second favorite movie. And I'm like, oh man, this is a good movie. So, I think this is anime month is what I'm gonna do for September. I'm gonna watch a bunch of Ghiblis.
Watch, Promare.
What?
Watch it, it's a movie called Promare.
Is it good?
I'd probably have to watch it again. Let's see. I know.
Well,
I did watch
very specific anime is what I'm doing. Ghibli.
Like movies.
Yeah, Ghibli. Studio Ghibli. Princess Mononoke.
Oh.
They did Spirited Away.
Oh, so specifics. Like.
Yeah. So, that's what I'm gonna be watching. I think a lot through September and then October. Guess what that is? Horror time.
Wait, what was it?
Horror time.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
That's what I'll show Byron New Mutants.
I thought you said something else.
Oh. Nate, that's you, okay? That's all you.
There was a sound that happened as you were saying it, and it blocked out an important part of the word.
The end.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, no, October I'm watching horror movies.
Horrors of Spider Island.
Mesa of Lost Women, that's one of the movies on the Creature Collection.
Mesa of Lost Women. Not even a lost treasure, lost women.
Dude, that is a treasure.
Yeah, that's what. That's what's going on.
Oh my god. Yeah, dude. So yeah, I am definitely choosing some sort of Charlie Kaufman movie for film. Might just be Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, which is only written by him because that is on Netflix. But I could also just do. I'm thinking of Ending Things, which is, you know, also on Netflix since it's a Netflix original movie. I don't know. Yeah. It's probably going to be the best movie of the year after watching Synecdoche, New York. I don't see any other movie topping it. Maybe Dune. Dune, I saw, okay, at Tenet they showed a teaser for Dune.
Mm-hmm.
It was a trailer for the trailer, but like it was a trailer on its own.
Okay.
It was very weird. And apparently that's going live on September 7th, and the trailer will go live on September 9th, but they showed the trailer for the trailer at Tenet. So I got to see a nothing trailer, where it was like, they said to Timothée Chalamet, put your hand in this box. And he's like, what's in the box? And she's like, pain. So he puts his hand in the box because he'll die if he doesn't. Then Oscar Isaac was also there, apparently, and I barely remember the trailer. I was just like, I want to see a sandworm, and I didn't see any sandworms.
Oh man.
But I'm very looking.
I know my dad has, or at least had, the book.
Yeah. Well, yeah, there's a bunch of books, but I don't know. Like, I think this movie doesn't even cover completely cover the first one. I think it only covers like half of it. Because the Dune is such a huge book. It's like 800 pages. I don't even think that's correct. I think it's longer. I don't know. It's a very big book. There's a lot going on. So I don't think they could cover the entirety of Dune in one movie. And they're saying it's on...
Long movie like Dinotopia.
Dinotopia? I've not heard of Dinotopia.
I've talked about it before. Like once.
Kicked me out there for a second, but I'm back.
Bye.
Looking at what Dinotopia is.
I completely forgot what it was about. I think there were like two humans, and there was like a dinosaur or something. Which would make sense, I guess. But I don't really know what it's about.
You talking about a mini-series?
No, it's like a 5-hour movie.
No, it's a 4-hour mini-series. With David Thewlis, this guy's showing up in I'm Thinking of Ending Things. What the heck? It won an Emmy for special effects in a mini-series, movie, or special. But specifically, it won an Emmy for Part 3. So, which was, I guess, the best episode according to IMDb. With only 56 ratings, it is a 6.8 out of 10. So, yeah, that's Dinotopia. It's not a movie.
That's
a
what it was.
Well, probably it was probably made. I don't know. It's like miniseries are, generally made to be like long movies in a way. So
yeah, maybe
it's kind of a movie, kind of not. Like that movie that Out One, if you remember Enzo talking about Out One.
Out One.
That 12-hour movie. It's like, actually no, it's like more like 13 hours. Yeah, I looked into it because I want to see it. and it's actually like it's split up into different episodes, but it so that's a movie where Dinotopia is actually a mini-series because it aired on TV. I guess this is the difference. But Out One, I don't know where that showed up, but it is split into 8 different parts in terms of like how you view it, which is good. Because like I think each of the 8 parts is like 90 minutes. So there's something like that. They're short. They're like the length of a standard movie, each part.
Oh, okay.
So I will be watching that at some point, and I will eventually tell you what I think about Out One. I don't know. Maybe we can somehow get that for a film club movie.
Oh, yeah.
Out One, and like we could do it like where every day we or not every day, but like every week we watch 2 parts, because like if you're gonna, you know, that's 3 hours. So we watch 2 parts and we come back and we're like, okay, what'd you think about part 1? And it's like, all right. Or what'd you think about part 1? What'd you think about part 2? It's like, okay, watch the next 2 parts. Like, okay, what'd you think about these 2 parts? Okay, where do you think the story's going now? Okay, something like that.
And at the end, we kind of say like, what'd you think of it as a whole?
Yeah.
That'd be
As
so
an entire
much.
movie. Yeah. I would be fine with that if we would ever do it. I'd also, like, when movie theaters, like, I don't know, because they are open. They're not open downstate, but they are open in Ohio. So if I'm ever, like, if Wonder Woman 84 still comes out in October, I'm driving down to Ohio to see it.
Yeah.
Or up here, because I have the cabin, so I might just be able to stay up here. You know what, that might be better. If you're in, Nate, if you want to see Wonder Woman 1984, we can come up here and see it in IMAX.
Alright. Yeah, I'd have to see if I can actually make it.
Yeah. Would probably be...
I'm actually surprised I was able to get September 19 off.
Yeah. Wow. Well, yeah, this is, but this would be like, yeah, one day, and you can just try and get back the, you know, the other day to, yeah, you know, you get the idea.
Yeah.
You understand. That's what my, calc teacher always said. You guys understand.
You guys.
It's like, do we understand though? I don't know what's going on. I'm just sitting here.
I'm just sitting here doing my thing.
I'm just sitting here talking about the lighthouse for the 20th time. That is basically all I did in calc. I'm just like, guys, the lighthouse is really good.
It's like, guys, the lighthouse.
And then like, yeah, it got to a certain point where eventually, I'm like, you know what this reminds me of? And then like, one of my friends at the end of the, because it was like, he had each desk put into like groups of 3. So it was like, you know, rows, but like there were 3 people that you were sitting with, so like you could work with people.
Yeah.
So the person at the end would always like lean over and say, the lighthouse? And then like, even if the word light was just mentioned or something stupid, I would be like, hey, that reminds me of the lighthouse. And then so eventually, when something like just so obscure was referenced that could be interpreted as light or house, or lighthouse or water, you know, just something like that, you'd be like, the lighthouse?
Did someone say the lighthouse?
Eventually, it just got to the point where I wouldn't even be thinking it, and he would just come in, the lighthouse? And I'm like, oh, now that you mention it.
Well, now that I think we're on the same wavelength now that I think about it.
Yeah. Did somebody say the lighthouse? This reminds me of the time I was a young lad.
Did somebody say the lighthouse?
And I was like, I'm 80s.
I'm 80s. I'm 80s. I'm 80s.
A lot of different ways to say it. Very little time.
Hey kid, I don't have enough time. I'm 80s. I don't have much time left. I'm 80s. I don't have much time. I'm 80s. Keels over and dies.
That's very epic. sucked. Multiple times we've been trying to have meetings for the road trip discussions, and like every single time it's like someone, except for me, because I'm always on top of whether or not I'm in or not, you know.
Yeah.
So I was like, actually, I have to cancel right now.
Well, I don't know if I'll be able to. I work 25 hours a day.
Well, yeah, so Keegan works, and then Anna works and is at school right now.
Mm-hmm.
So,
like,
yeah.
At school.
Yeah.
I'm literally just online. I could, like, my funny thing about my philosophy class, there's no lectures. He just posts assignments to, like, D2L or, like, what is it, Dream?
That's basically what's happening with me, I think.
Yeah, like, there's just, I asked him, because when I was registering for classes, it said, like, oh, there'll be lectures on, like, 1 to 2:20 p.m. on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And I look on the syllabus, and it's like, meeting times, no specific date or time. I'm like, hey, sir, are we gonna meet or do any lectures or anything? They're like, nope.
Sorry.
I didn't make the rules.
Figure it out. Bye-bye.
Like, they actually have a secret Zoom meeting without me.
That'd be pretty funny.
Yep. I'm just completely out of it, but I'm just still doing the work or whatever. Like, alright, textbook time, USA. Alright.
You do better than literally everyone in the class.
Yeah, I'm like the only one who actually gets a good grade. Like, my professor is trying to pull something on me. Everybody else in class, it's like, hey, alright, listen here. So, this Nathan fellow, don't let him in on the secret. Don't spill the beans around him. And then, I don't even have to know. I'm just that good.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say.
Everyone else would fail the class.
Yep. Because I just disagreed with what they were doing. Unfortunately, my instructor's name is not Gary, but his name is Harry.
Oh!
I guess it's kind of close enough.
Maybe.
I disagree, Harry.
Potter?
I disagree, Potter. Not pottery.
Potter. Harry Potter.
This pottery has hair in it. There's hair in my pot.
That's, I don't know if that's good or bad. You know what, it's probably bad.
Yeah. So you never know where that's from. The pot, I mean.
Yeah.
Not good for you. Don't smoke pot.
Not eating it.
Oh, no, that's fine. As long as you don't inhale it, you're fine.
I smoked a cigar the other day.
Oh, did you?
Uh-huh.
How was that?
That was not great. I don't recommend it.
I've never successfully smoked a cigar, but I've never tried to successfully smoke a cigar. Because the one time I did, I like pretended that I hated it, even though I have no opinion on it, because I never was able to get an experience out of it.
Yeah, I threw mine away like halfway in. I was like, that's enough of this.
Yeah.
This isn't even that good for me.
Like, my coworker's literally trying to get me to do wax and dabs and whatnot. I'm like, bruh.
Dude, this place sounds like a gang spot. Dude, I was gonna make. Should I make chocolate M&M's cookies? Right now?
Right now?
Yeah.
Can I have some?
Okay, we'll preheat to. Okay, let's look at the directions. Preheat to 350. Okay, break along pre-scored lines. Place 10 cookies 2 inches apart on ungreased baking sheets. Bake 10 to 12 minutes or until golden brown. Okay, well that's very easy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that.
Just right now. Cooking with Luke.
First, we gotta get the aluminum foil, so that way we don't have the cookie stick.
So are you just on your phone talking while making
Talking
cookies?
to you.
Yeah.
I'm talking to you while I'm making cookies. I was gonna make them earlier, I didn't, but now it's like 10:55. I'm like, sure. 10:56. Ah!
No!
You hearing that?
Oh yeah, that's the good stuff.
That's like DC. Hand over the head. You know what I'm talking about?
Hand over the what?
Hand
Oh.
over the head.
Oh, the head?
You know, back in DC.
I'm trying to think.
Okay, now, Nate, do you know, does it go shiny side on top or not shiny side on top?
Okay, I don't remember this one.
Like, which one sounds more like it would be the place you put stuff? Probably shiny.
Wait, what are you talking about?
For cooking.
Oh, I thought you were talking about DC still.
Oh, no.
I remember Colton's sweater, no, Colton's shirt, Lura, and
What about that, like, lady in the subway that was, like, clapping above her head as she walked?
I
Yeah,
thought
that's what I was talking
I
about.
thought that's what we tied Lura to. Or
I mean, yeah, it's kind of tied, but, like, it's also, you know,
it's
like, it depends on who we're with. Like, when Enzo, I don't even think Enzo knows what Lou Ra is.
Really?
Because he'll still, like, say it, but he wasn't there on the DC trip.
Oh.
So, I don't think he knew what it was.
It's just Luke and Sarah.
Uh-huh. So, yeah, whatever. I mean, it's still funny. Cut here.
Didn't the teachers tell us to stop clapping and whatnot? Like in multiple occasions, but we just kept doing it.
Yeah.
Making complete fools out of ourselves at DC. Lura, Lura,
Lira,
Lura, Lura, Lura.
10 cookies. Each cookie has a number.
I disagree.
Swirl the numbers.
I don't think they have. What is this? Pop the Pig? Both cookies?
Pick a number.
One.
Today's number is
4.
no.
No.
Today's number was 1.
Oh, that was my second guess.
Okay, we need one more cookie. And we'll be golden.
Brown. Gotta cook them till
You
they're
gotta
golden.
cook them to the golden brown.
Yeah.
Or, you know, oh, I forgot to preheat the oven.
Great job. Great job.
Wait, is
You
it
have not done it.
350? I think it's 350. You're gonna eat. No, that's got cookie dough on it.
Yum.
350. Yep.
Aren't there adverse side
Yep-a-rooney.
effects if you eat raw cookie dough?
I don't know, but I don't want to try it.
I will.
I mean, I've done it.
I actually like
Cookie dough's great. Definitely should not be eating it though.
No.
Okay,
Unless
before
it's an
I
ice
eat
cream.
before I have these M&M cookies, just because, you know, I really want to kill myself from food.
I really want to actually give myself diabetes.
No, I'm not gonna do that. I'll eat one Oreo.
Man, don't you hate it when this Oreo doesn't have the cream in it and you curse 2020 for it? I remember on the radio, I hear this lady just saying, it's like, man, this Oreo doesn't have filling in it, curse 2020 or something. I don't think she was being serious, but it was just on the radio. It was like Nights with Elena or something.
They put anything on the radio.
They really would.
They put that gospel music on the radio.
Oh yeah.
I'm not talking normal gospel music just for context. I'm talking whatever that gospel music we were listening to.
It was Grayling gospel music.
Those are basically grayling videos.
Yeah.
Dude, I just started thinking about Uncut Gems again today, as well as the fact that I watched Synecdoche, New York, and I got like the score stuck in my head now.
Oh yeah.
That score is so good, dude. Like that, there's that one moment. So, this track I have stuck in my head is called "Fuck You, Howard." So I think that's pretty cool. Rick Steves Europe is on.
Wait, what? When did that track play in the movie? Was it when he got shot?
No.
Oh.
I mean, you know, if we're going by the track's name, I feel like it should have been playing throughout the entire movie. But
Yeah.
No, it was when what's her name? His affair, the girl he had an affair with.
Oh yeah.
Young chick.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the best way I can describe her. She at the club, she was starting to make out with The Weeknd and do cocaine with The Weeknd.
Oh yeah.
And then Adam Sandler's like, "No, not on my watch." And he points at his watch, and he looks at the audience, and then it's like, The Weeknd's like, "I gotta skedaddle," and then they get into a fight, and it's like Cloud, and then they're like, "No, knock it off, you Adam Sandler." And he's like, "But he started it." Yeah, no, it's the scene in which he gets. I think it starts when he gets in the taxi. Okay. And she's like just screaming at him, and I'm pretty sure she says "fuck you, Howard" like multiple times in that scene.
Oh yeah.
So that's why it's called that.
Yeah, I remember this.
And I remember like the track was like one of the most interesting out of the entire movie, I think, just because it was like, I mean, like the entire soundtrack is unique, but that was like the first time like, whoa. You know, I don't know. Yeah, I thought it was very cool. I would highly recommend Uncut Gems. I'm giving this one a 10 out of 10. And good time. Also, I watched Lord of the Rings.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, that was pretty cool. So the first one, I give a 9 out of 10.
Wow.
The second one, okay, here's the thing. I gave it a 9 as well, but I'm thinking of changing it to an 8. I think it's a very cool movie. I love Helm's Deep. But it is very, like... I think the pacing, it does suffer a little bit. Where it's like, you know, you got the Battle of Helm's Deep, and then it cuts to Tree Guys, and you're like...
Oh yeah, the ends.
Yeah, I like calling them Tree Guys.
Tree Guys.
And they're like, "You are no orcs." And it's like, I thought that was established before.
Yeah, like the tree guys, they don't seem to be quite there all the time. Like, it takes them all day to say good morning. We have just finished saying good morning.
So yeah, then eventually, yeah, but then like he's walking and he's like, "Wait a second, what happened to my forest?" And they're like, yes, like, Saruman burned it." And they're like,
now we're mad.
Now we're attacking really quickly.
It's like, okay, now we're going to do the thing.
Okay, so Return of the King, I gave a 10 out of 10. That was just the perfect finale.
I love the finale, actually.
Yeah, I love it too. I think the one thing I'll say is like the battle at the Black Gate. You know, you expect it to be a lot more epic than it is.
No,
but the most epic thing is Frodo and Sam at Mount Doom.
Yeah.
And they're like, you know, he's finally about to do it, but you know, he's had this internal conflict because the ring has manipulated him the entire time.
Yeah.
And he literally, like, it. Even though, like, I know that he's not gonna die, you still sit there and you're like, man, he is not in good shape right now.
He's not looking good. Yeah, the line when Sam says, it's like, whoa, what was it? Like, I may not be able to carry the ring, but I'm sure gonna carry you. But I can carry you. That was I like the line where he says, "I don't think there will be a return journey home, Mr. Frodo." And I mean, and I like that technically it was true because they did not have a journey home. They were just carried home. Yeah. But
And I've heard some people complain that the Eagles, it's like, oh, or I haven't, not some people, I've heard someone say that some people were complaining about the Eagles.
Oh, and like how
could
they
have just carried them there.
Yeah,
and
there
like,
was an
no,
explanation, but it's,
I don't know if there was within the movie.
You would have, not from the movie, no, but you would have to understand the lore, and like no one does.
Yeah.
So.
Well, okay, I mean, just like even in the context of the movie, like Saruman would have, not Saruman, Sauron, I think. Yeah, Sauron would have seen them, and he would have just killed them.
Yeah.
Like it was very easy to, would have been very easy to find them in that case. So they had to go on foot, just so they weren't seen. Like, I mean, yeah, just in the context of the movie, that's very easy to. It just didn't even occur to me. Like, oh yeah, the Eagles could have. No, because
they could have like
Sauron
carried
was
him
gone.
They could have carried him like a part of the way, and then they could have walked on foot.
I don't even think that wouldn't have worked either, because they would have been very like, hey, there's things just flying out there. That seems kind of suspicious.
Oh yeah. So like, hey, the flying eagles haven't been out and about since however long. But they're also very like the kind of the lore explanation. They kind of hint at this at the movie when Gandalf refuses to take the ring. You know how he says like, "Don't tempt me with the ring" or something. It's because like Gandalf's a really powerful figure, as are the eagles. So the ring being in close proximity with them would not end well. Like Gandalf would not be able to bear the ring.
Yeah, that does make sense. Yeah, Frodo taking the ring because he's like, he's just a hobbit.
Yeah, it's a hobbit.
I
like the least powerful creature.
I like the word hobbit so much.
Yeah, it's nice.
Because it's like, it's kind of funny. It's like, you just think about like these tiny guys, like
massive,
just running around. Oh, the oven's ready. Now, when I put the cookies in, I prefer to use the mousse. You can use whatever you like. We take the pen.
Luke's turned into a cooking show.
We plop this into the oven. Now, okay, we gotta start the timer.
So we got this thing. We got this die. You're gonna want to turn it like so. And
so we're gonna set it for 11 minutes. Because it said 10 to 12, and we like to go in the middle here at FedorskyPrograms.net. So yeah, anyway, I didn't watch the extended editions. I watched the theatrical. I even though I gave Return of the King a 10 out of 10, I would have appreciated if they put Saruman's death in the movie instead of the extended edition, because I think that's a little helpful. That would have just, cleared something up as to what happened to Saruman, instead of just like disappearing. I don't know what that thinking was. Like, it would have added like, I don't know, maybe 2 minutes to the movie.
Yeah, they're like, Saruman's death, not that important. I mean, we can cut that. Or no, they just forgot to add it in.
I mean, honestly, I wouldn't doubt it. Like, that movie, I mean, because this is such an ambitious project, they probably just forgot, honestly. And they're like,
it's like, extended edition time, USA.
Yeah, this was always meant to be part of the... I mean, I just interpreted that he was dead. I was like, okay, well,
he's probably
the tree guys, the tree goons, we'll call them for now. They probably killed him. I don't know. That's what I thought. Even though I forgot what... I don't remember, like, I just remember seeing a clip of him falling off the tower. And I was like, that's pretty epic. Also, I did not realize how many lines came from these movies. Like, potatoes.
Yeah.
Dog, that line was so epic.
Such an iconic line, actually.
Boil 'em, mash 'em, stick 'em in a stew.
Taters, taters, taters.
I
do remember.
Colton and Enzo constantly quoting it.
Yep.
And I was like, oh, this is just some stupid meme. I'm like, well, it is technically a meme, but because it's a movie quote, it's a different entity. I was like, oh, and I understand it now. No, it is. Because it's a, like, if you quote a movie, that's not a meme necessarily. But a quote from a movie can become a meme, but again, the quote itself is not a meme.
It's like the difference between tortoise and turtle or whatever. Oh, no, not gonna. That's a bad image.
Yeah, I don't know where you're coming from with that one.
It's like something that is something, but the other thing isn't necessarily that something.
Okay, a square is a rectangle, but a rectangle isn't a square.
Yeah, that.
Yeah. Sure. Well, I guess that's a very simple way of explaining it, but it's not exactly that.
No.
But yeah. So that's. I'm very pleased with the Lord of the Rings films. I think I need to rewatch Fellowship because I don't know. I just didn't. I think I need to watch the extended edition, that one, because I didn't feel like we got enough time in the Shire for me to like really attach to Frodo and Sam. And like by the third movie, I was attached to them, but like I don't know. The first movie was just like plot, and it was like, okay, here's the plot, here's the world, here's just a bunch of characters. It's like, oh, okay. Yeah. So I do plan on watching extended editions at some point, as I have said in the past. What else have I watched? I watched The Apartment. That was a weird movie. The thing about The Apartment though is like I liked it a lot. I thought it was very entertaining. But I have not thought about it like at all.
Is it a movie where you really need to think about it?
No.
Okay.
And not at all. But it hasn't left any impression on me. It was made in 1960. So yeah, like, you know, classic movies from like the classic Hollywood studio system. There are some great movies from that time that I have thought about. Like I remember when I finished watching The Treasure of the Sierra Madre. Like I still think about that movie. That movie's awesome.
Okay.
But like I don't know. It's Billy Wilder. Billy Wilder is like one of those guys, because I watched Sunset Boulevard from him as well. He writes very entertaining stories. You know, they got some like interesting themes, and when you're done with them, you're like, okay, what's next? You know, it's really just the way I think about it. Even though I think he's he's a good writer. I don't want to discredit Billy Wilder at all. I like his movies, the two I've seen, but I just don't think he is one of my favorites necessarily.
Kind of in the separate choice.
No, the concepts of his movies are very interesting. Like the Apartment is about like this guy who's just working at, I think he's like an insurance company, and at the beginning of the movie, like you have no idea what's going on. You just know that like he's at some point sharing an apartment with someone, and then eventually you realize what he's doing is he is renting out his apartment to executives at his insurance company, whatever it is. So I guess he can keep his job or get a raise or something. So like, yeah, whenever they, you know, like they're fooling around with these girls that are not their wives, and so he's trying to, you know, like they're like, can I use this apartment? He doesn't want to get fired, so he just lets them. Oh yeah, sure. And you know, I guess it's like about him, you know, learning to say no to something like that, not being used by the system. So yeah, I mean, it's entertaining. But I don't know. It just feels like the ending was too neat. I felt. I did like the very ending. Like the final line was kind of stupid. I was like, like the delivery of it, I didn't like. I just didn't like much about it. It was very like a classic Hollywood, like yes, you know, one of those kinds of things.
All's well that ends well. Kind of.
Yeah, that is basically what it is. Or like the Treasure of the Sierra Madre's ending, I really like because it was like. Well, yep. It's not a good ending. It's just so whatever ending. I think, you know, no. The ending, I'm not going to spoil it because I think you should watch it. But it ends basically exactly how it should for each character, representing their journeys through the film. So I think that was, yeah. And that doesn't necessarily mean that it ends happily for everybody.
Right.
So, yeah, that's cool.
Like everyone gets their dues, kind of.
Yeah. I think some a little more extreme than others. Because there are 3 main characters in that movie, so yeah. It won the Oscar, I think, for Best Supporting Act, and it is on AFI's Top 100 Movies of All Time. It's on IMDb's Top 250 Movies of All Time. I don't know about Letterboxd Top 250, but it's on at least 3 big lists. AFI taking up 2 of those lists since they have a 10th anniversary list that they made after 10 years after their first list, which that first one included Birth of a Nation, which is a movie about the KKK's rise and like how cool the KK. It's just a KKK propaganda movie, which is very dumb. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't even know if I want to watch that. They might make me for school. Because I mean, we're starting off with like very early movies, and The Birth of a Nation is like one of the first feature-length films.
Yeah.
So, if I'm gonna watch it, it might be soon. You'll be hearing about it from me, maybe on September 19th. Like, I hate this movie.
Just ripping on this movie.
Yeah, I mean, I've already decided I will probably give it a 1 out of 10 no matter what. Like, even if it's really good. Because it's just like this horrible message.
Yeah.
And like, even if it's well made, I think the message just,
This is not
it doesn't. Yeah, it's just something that should not get anything higher than a 1 out of 10. Maybe a 2 if it's well made, and I'm like, but it's like just the worst thing ever. So, yeah, I don't know if I want to put it with Neil Breen. Just if it's good, but at the same time, I don't know. I feel like Neil Breen doesn't deserve to be ranked the same as Birth of a Nation. So, dude, these cookies. Not smelling them because I don't have a good sense of smell, but
I feel that.
Plus, I got allergies. Dude, I was so worried that I had COVID when we were going to see Tenet. And I was like, oh no, I want to see Tenet, but I'm not feeling great. But even Enzo had allergies, so it's just like, well, allergy season is upon us. Yeah, kind of sucks to have allergies during COVID.
Yeah, that's it's much more scary.
It's like, oh, I could die.
This could be the big one. This might be it.
37, 36, 35, 34, 33, 32, 31, 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yes. Okay,
Success. Has it landed? Score? Touchdown?
I have no idea. I honestly don't know.
Ring ring. Luke is having trouble working again.
We'll just put it in for another 2 minutes.
Put the cookies in the microwave.
Okay, we'll see. We'll check on them in 2 minutes. They're supposed to be golden brown, and they just look like
White.
piles of cookie dough is what they look like. So. Spread out cookie dough, to be fair, but they still look like piles of cookie dough.
Yeah.
I'm not really fixing to eat raw egg right now. At 11:20,
I might be getting rid of my egg allergies soon.
Wow.
Yeah, that's
like gonna be exciting.
Some sort of allergy treatment that we found.
Wow.
So maybe it'll take a while, but maybe I can.
I will say if you do get to eat eggs, eggs themselves are not that great, but there's a lot of things that eggs go into that are pretty good.
The one I really wanted to get rid of was my dairy allergy, but it's looking iffy on that one.
Yeah. I'll tell you, I don't know. Dairy, we might just have to go to dairy substitutions. You know, okay, let's take a look at these cookies right now. Okay, they're looking golden brown now. Alright.
Oh, Samantha was watching.
Oh, wow. Samantha Morton, that's an actress in Synecdoche, New York. Oh. Yeah, okay, look at these bad boys that you can't see. Okay.
I can hear, I can...
Let me describe them to you. Okay, so they're all, like, shaped differently. The biggest one is in the middle.
I'm thinking of, like, stars and rectangles and triangles.
No, these don't have any sort of shape, except
like
this one that's an oval.
Man.
There's one that's an oval. I have to let them sit because, like, they're just so, like, malleable right now that there's no way to eat them. Maybe I'll just stick them in the cooling microwave.
They won't even slip through your fingers, they'll just kind of go through them.
They'll just phase through.
Yeah.
They're looking mighty fine.
Mighty fine. Hefty even.
Yeah. So you'll be able to eat normal cookies then.
Yum.
Let me take this one. Alright. They're good enough. Cookie time, cookie time. USA. And I saved the pan by putting the things on, or the foil on. So. Oh, and these things have M&M's. Come on. If you're really gonna tell me that these are dumb, you're dumb. Am I right?
Am I right or am I wrong?
Sounds like a Von Villegas quote there. Paul was like asking me about a Von. He's gonna put like a Von Villegas Easter egg into Suspicious Bill 20. I don't know if he already has or not. But, yeah, he was like asking me about my thoughts on a certain thing. I'm like, man, I really don't care. Just be, not like in a, you know, mean way. I'm like, yeah, the thing about it is just that, in my mind, Von Villegas, Suspicious Bill does not exist, or no, yes, Suspicious Bill doesn't exist within the Von Villegas universe, but Von Villegas can exist within the Suspicious Bill universe, which means I don't care what you do, you know?
So one can exist in the other's universe, but not the other way around.
Yeah. That's the way I think about it.
Be like Hypnotist Harry in the Von Villegas universe.
No Suspicious Bill content in the Von Villegas universe.
Sad.
No, like, anything in the Von Villegas universe.
Although that would be kind of hard to play Harry and Von.
It definitely would.
It'd just be two of your personas.
I just would not do that to myself.
Yeah.
So. This episode of Rick Steves, I think I've seen it before.
I think I've seen it before. Very familiar.
Istanbul. I've seen this. Somewhere. Sometime, somehow. There he is, there's Rick! Cookies.
Cookie.
I'm gonna make cookies, I'm gonna bring them over for Suspicious Bill 20, and I'm not gonna let anyone have any.
Okay. is gonna have like a bag of cookies.
A Meyer bag of cookies. I'm gonna be like, nope,
Sorry.
this is all garbage, sorry. And it's like, but I
Man,
see cookies in there. I'm like,
garbage
no,
smells
you don't
so-
see any cookies in there. It's
No,
all garbage.
You actually don't see any in here. Trust me.
Yeah, one day we were going to cross country race. And you know the graveyard by Lee Home,
Little
the
Caesars?
abode? By the gang, the Paul's abode.
I'm not sure if I do.
I'm like, oh my god, we're by their abode.
Oh.
In the Rocky Mountains, Kentucky.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why we were driving all the way west of there.
Oh yeah. Is that right? You found the Rocky Mountains in Kentucky.
In the west. See, what really works about this gag is that two of the things connect, but one doesn't.
Yeah. The west part.
That's the joy of painting.
Joy. Bob Ross.
Dude, on Create TV, you know that where we watched that one cooking show?
Yeah.
They've only been showing this one sewing show, like for 24/7. Well, not 24/7. It's more like 12/7.
Hmm.
Sewing with Nancy Zeman. Oh no, Sewing with Nancy, but her name is Nancy Zeman.
Oh.
It's like, hi, I'm Nancy Zeman. I'm like, shut up, Nancy.
I don't.
Zeman.
It's like, I don't care what your name is. Show me what your deal
Show me how to sew.
is. Yeah.
If I like what I see, maybe I'll consider.
If
I
I
don't
like
like
what I see.
I'm like, I'm not liking what I'm seeing here, Nancy. But there's nothing else on because there's like one channel. So I'm stuck with Nancy Zeman. I think these cookies were definitely a worthwhile purchase.
A worthwhile investment.
Great thing about them, I'm eating them basically, you know, I know it's not officially fall, but September is basically fall. Come on. So, and that's when you start eating cookies that you make out of the oven. Summer's over, Nate.
Matthew Exotic says hello. A piranha plant with I and Dame. Do you know what the deal with this Dame business is?
Sounds like a meme to me.
Yeah,
so
probably.
no.
I think it is, but I actually don't know anything about it.
I don't either. Of course I wouldn't.
If
I know, like,
watched
memes in the
PewDiePie
film
more,
world. Like the film world, I'm like, you know, the that's history right there, you understand? Basically anything Uncut Gems is a meme.
that's history right there. So many horrible moments.
My favorite, of course. I disagree. I disagree, Gary.
Disagrees with Gary with a mouthful of cookies.
I disagree, Gary.
Declares, I disagree, Gary.
I declare disagreeing with Gary.
It's kind of funny because if my boss ever does like fire me or something, I'm just gonna like walk out and say I disagree, Gary. Because like it's probably gonna happen, not gonna lie. I mean, I know the man doesn't like me. I don't know. I try my best, but I'm pretty sure he just hates me at this point. So like if we get people to work, because we're understaffed right now, that's probably like the only reason he doesn't actually fire me. But no, he's just waiting for me to slip up. He's like, all right, I caught ya. That's it. You're out of here.
I see, dog.
I disagree. And then I just keep working. No, but
you have to smile as you say it too, with that like really dumb grin on your face. Like, I disagree. I disagree, Gary.
And then like the grin, kind of look down like like an evil grin.
Yeah.
Like something's about to happen to Gary.
We gotta play an Uncut Gems track.
On my stream?
Yeah.
Alright. I don't know if we can copyright.
If you're fine with it. Are you fine with it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Although it might mess with the audio. Well, no, no, actually. Oh.
But I'm just thinking about when the bet hits. Which is what this score is.
If I accidentally win this level while we're playing this score.
Just listen to this.
I could always just edit it out.
If need be. But we're talking over it. I don't know who owns the rights to this. Or like...
They're gonna hunt me down because it's in my stream. Sorry.
I just want to listen to it. I've been loving it. No, there's this chocolate here.
Chocolate's a no-no for your kind.
We don't serve your kind here.
We don't serve your kind of chocolate here. Actually.
Aw, you're so cute. This dog is like the cutest dog I think ever.
What's this? I finished my 2-liter root beer. Oh, root beer.
You're killing the tree, goons.
I'm turning you into root beer. I drank tree beard. No, come back, tree beard. My stream had 17 playbacks.
Wow! Wow!
Average watch time is 4 minutes and 31 seconds.
Hey, that's pretty good.
Concurrent viewers, 1. Likes.
Is it?
Yeah, it's me.
I was like, I hope someone's listening to this. Soundtrack. Uller, the light is not an enemy. It is literally just a light.
The enemy ascended beyond your control.
He's trying to bark at a lamp, but he knows I'll get mad at him if he starts barking at the lamp. So he's trying to find something to bark at that I might not get mad at him for.
I'm going to ride. Oh, yeah, there.
Uller, don't even think about getting your slobber over my controller. Uller Town, USA. I always sing that to myself in the shower. Just, like, constantly. Like, Uller Town, USA, Uller Town, USA, as I'm, like, scrubbing my hair. With dish soap.
You're not a dish. You're a man.
Uller Town, USA, Uller Town, USA. He's coming over here. He heard his name. Good boy. Good boy.
I'm going to subscribe to Samantha.
He's a big dog, is what he is.
He's a big dog.
I like it when he just opens his mouth like, ah! I expect that noise to come out when he opens his mouth. Sadly, it never does. I hope it comes out at some point. But he's like, ah! I mean, it might. Wait, he's looking at me weird since I started making that. I gotta keep making the noise. Ah! Ah! No, he's just trying to get his bone. I don't know what he's doing. I get very upset when he tries to get his bone while I'm watching a movie. So he's like looking at me like, oh, did I do something wrong?
As you're just glaring at him. I can't find something.
I go like, Uller, shut up! Something like that. I don't want to actually yell because he would be like, oh no, I did something wrong, but he hasn't done anything wrong right now. He's just being cute.
Being a dog.
Yeah, I mean, usually he just wants attention, and I do feel bad, but like, you know, especially when I'm watching something like Synecdoche, New York, and I'm just like trying to pay 100% attention.
Yeah.
I don't even want to be thinking about the fact that I have a dog. Come here, Uller. Come here. Hey. Oh. Okay. Yeah. Those cookies were good. I give him my approval.
I give him a 8 out of 10. There was only some for me, none for everyone else. Wasn't any for anyone else.
Sorry.
Didn't make the rules. This isn't my rodeo.
But it is my class.
And it is my cookies. Dee.
I need to do these dishes. Should I do the dishes right now? Probably.
Will I do them? Probably not.
No, probably. I'm gonna do them.
Alright.
Because I'm talking, so I might as well just do dishes. I actually have something to do. Alright, so first we gotta turn on the water. Get the water getting nice and warm. Hey. That's my cooking song. I always sing that when I'm cooking. Except for cookies.
Cookies are the exception.
The one exception.
Yep.
So I made tacos for dinner tonight.
Oh, nice.
Actually, it was a nachos.
I made salmon
I made
patties.
one nacho. Salmon patties?
Yep.
Are those like literal salmon?
I hope so. I hope they're not like, they advertise as salmon and then they turn out to be like chicken. They're like actual hamburgers from you get at like McDonald's.
Yeah, I mean,
I would be
I don't know.
A little upset.
Salmon patties do not sound appealing to the likes of me.
Well, if you cook them right, they're good.
I guess that's true with any food.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
Except for, you know, like, bats.
Yeah. You should stay away from that one.
I think forever. Do you think people will keep eating bats after this?
Probably. You never know. They're people.
That is true. I mean, we eat McDonald's still, or at least I do. And I hate it. Like, it's not even good. It doesn't taste good. Dude, I had for lunch I had some microwave Campbell's chicken noodle soup. It was like one of the worst chicken noodle soups I've ever had, I have to be honest. It was not good. Thanks a lot, Nate.
It wasn't me, it was another Campbell. It was an imposter.
Yeah, like, these noodles suck. And I was reminded of them because I'm just looking at the, I'm looking inside the, sink where I dumped the noodles because I didn't know what else to do with them. The bowl where I cooked up the taco meat, not looking that fancy. I'm not liking the look of that.
That's not what you like to see.
No. It looks disgusting. Because there's like just meat chunks floating around in water. I am not going to send you a picture of this, but you know.
Just making sense of it.
No, the meat chunks, yeah, you don't need to see the meat chunks ever. In fact, you know what? I'm going to skip ahead to clean out this stupid bowl.
You're going to skip ahead. You're going to travel forth in time to where this is no longer happening.
That sounds like Tenet. Except
Oh,
not
really?
No. Tenet
Hey,
So,
that
yeah,
reminds
like-
me of Tenet, really? No.
Tenet is about time inversion, is what they call it.
Oh, okay. So it does have something to do with
And it was, yeah, that's why I was thinking of Tenet, because I was like, dude, when you figure out what they're doing with time in that movie, like, all you know going in is that some things are moving backwards, some things are moving forwards through time, and you have no idea how any of it works. You're just like sitting there like, I don't know. And
Like-
then like halfway through the movie, it all makes sense, and you're like, holy crap, this is epic.
Oh, yeah.
And then like there's an action scene, like the final action scene is like one of the most convoluted things, but it's not convoluted in the way that the beginning was, where it literally just feels like Christopher Nolan trying to make you not understand what's happening. It was convoluted in the way that's like, this is awesome. I can't follow it just because I can't comprehend what's happening. So that was pretty epic, I felt, personally speaking. But hey, that's my opinion. Let me know what you thought in the comments below. Be sure to hit that subscribe button for more content like this. I don't even think that was an imitation of like one specific person. I think that was an imitation of YouTube as a whole. Gotta clean the plates, clean the plates, clean the plates. If you don't clean the plates, you're gonna die.
Sorry. That's just how it is.
I don't make the rules. Now I'm a perfectionist when it comes to dishwashing.
Hmm.
That's probably why they don't want to hire me as a dishwasher. I'll just
long.
I will take 10 minutes to wash a single dish. That's not even necessarily a joke. It depends. I take way too long, but I'm fine with it because I think
pride in your dishwashing.
I do.
Good.
Gotta clean out the ice cream scoop. I haven't had ice cream in days because I haven't been able to use this thing.
I had ice cream last night.
Ice cream, ice cream. Sing along with me now. Ice cream, ice cream, ice cream.
I've done it.
Reminds me of my humming back in the day, if you remember that.
How
When I
could I
pulled
forget?
that out,
What?
and we just could not stop laughing when I pulled that out the first time.
Oh yeah. Sounds like what, 7th grade me?
I think, yeah. No, it was everybody in 7th grade, I think, was just like cracking up. Like people would start drinking water, and I go, and they just spit it all out. Because I was like,
Luke is a waterbender.
That's what I was doing. I was distracting you with my hums, so you couldn't see my hand movements.
Yeah.
Okay, let's dry some
Speaking
of
of
these dishes
bending, have you how far have you gotten along in Avatar?
So I got through Winter Solstice parts 1 and 2,
Okay.
and then today I watched the Water Scroll, I think is what the episode was called. So the episode after Winter Solstice parts 1 and 2. I gotta
Wait,
go
when
in
they
town.
when they get a water scroll, or
Yeah.
Okay. From the pirates. Okay.
I was like, these pirates, not great guys.
No.
Kinda goons.
Yeah, I was gonna say they really are.
I don't know. Do they are there like? I feel like a lot of these characters are gonna show up again at some point. Like a lot of the characters they encounter, I feel like they have to because they kind of like set them up. I don't know. Their arcs don't feel complete. Some of them. So I don't know. That's just my interpretation. Let me know what you thought in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.
Kind of
Be sure to give this a like.
They don't really share like last names in the series.
Really?
Yeah, like you never really figure out Sokka or Katara's last name or Aang's last name.
Well, I mean, Aang doesn't really need a last name. He's just Aang.
Yeah, but like
I don't feel like Sokka and Katara. I feel like they could use a last name.
Yeah, I don't think you ever figure it out. Like even when you, like even their dad Hakoda. Like he's just known as Hakoda of the Water.
Alive.
What?
I didn't know their dad was alive.
Well, no, like how they mentioned their dad when he was
Oh, okay.
Like they mentioned his name, didn't they?
So okay, but their dad is alive, is what you're implying, I think.
I'm not implying anything.
I think so, Nate.
If you say so. I'm not gonna spoil it for you.
I think you did, son.
Well, I guess you'll just have to wait and see now, won't you?
I gotta watch Jet. That's the next episode. Is Jet a character, or are they talking about a plane?
No, Jet's a character.
Okay.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, I imagine he's somewhat of an important character.
Say.
I mean, he's got a whole episode named after him, so he's got to be semi-important, right?
I mean, yeah. As the overall series, not really, actually.
Oh, what's that? Why does he have an episode named after him?
Well, he's kind of like the focus of the entire episode, or at least Team Avatar's experiences with him.
So yeah, I'm trying to wow. I only got 2 more dishes to wash along with a bunch of silverware. So, and I gotta throw these noodles down the garbage disposal, because I don't, yeah, so I opened up the soup, and it was like, okay, you throw this in the microwave. I'm like, but there's still metal on this thing. I'm not throwing this in the microwave. So, what do I do? You know, I got the soup, so I put it into a bowl, alright? I'll tell you what, I put the soup into the bowl. And, so there I am. Soup in the bowl. And I throw it in the microwave. I'm like, put this in for 2 minutes, please. So I take it out, it's in the bowl, and then I examine it for food consumption. I say, this looks edible. I eat a chicken piece, and I'm like, this is the most bland thing I think I've ever eaten. And I start eating it, and I'm like, this soup is just not good.
Man, this sucks. Tazzy takes another bite.
I eventually threw it out.
Like maybe I can convince myself that I like this. No, I guess not.
I mean, yeah, no, I feel like you gotta take a decent amount of bites to fully,
Yeah.
Cause my mom would be like, take a bite of this, you like it? I'm like, yeah. And she's like, okay, here, take this whole thing. And then I keep eating it, and I'm like, I don't actually like this.
It's like, okay, yeah, I actually hate this. That was me in cucumber water, actually.
Really?
Yeah, I just try cucumber water, I'm like, hey, I can drink this. And then the second one is like, actually, this doesn't, I was like, okay, it doesn't taste as good as the first sip. Take a third one, I was like, okay, actually, I don't really like this. And then fourth and fifth, I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm not drinking this. Goodbye, sir.
You cannot judge based on one bite.
No, you really can't.
Did I just cut my finger? No. This knife is not that sharp. I thought I might have just slit my finger. I could have. At least there's soap on it, so at least it's not gonna get infected, probably, maybe.
Yeah.
Infected with coronavirus!
You got corona on your finger.
We'll put that knife right there.
Pretty funny thing, I actually beat Insane Demon this morning.
Demons in my eyes, demons in my thighs, demons in my lives. Live?
Live? Like you have more than one life.
Demons. Life number 3, baby. This time, I'm really gonna try to get an A+ in my chemistry class. I know all the tricks.
The tips and tricks of chemistry.
What if we did have multiple lives? What if we just kept getting reincarnated?
And we just didn't
And we
know
didn't
it.
even... Yeah, that would suck.
Yeah.
And we got reincarnated, we didn't know it, and we just had to start over completely.
Yep. I mean, we wouldn't really know it, so I mean, yeah.
Yeah, but it sucked from our perspective.
Yeah, for the ones actually considering it.
Yeah. Who knows? Maybe that happens.
Yeah.
We don't know what's going on. Alls I know is, I'm sitting here trying to get this speck off of a knife.
Or should be like just water stains.
It doesn't look like a water stain. It looks like a slice of human flesh.
Oh, is that where your finger went?
Yeah, it might be. No, it looks like a sauce.
Trying to scrub that little bit of liquid off your knife.
Out of my knife.
Whoops, I accidentally got some Luke out of this knife. Some ook.
Yeah, if you guys want to follow my social media, go to just look up my name on Instagram, and then that's all you need.
Ook.
Danger. Ook Danger he sees. That's right, I got injured because, what was it, Gabe and I were going on Club Penguin in the middle of, what was it, it was, during one of our classes. The only classes we shared together, was, you know, film related. I think I might have finally gotten this speck off. No, it's, okay, you know what, I give up. Whoever uses that knife is just gonna have a speck on it. I don't
Gonna
care.
have to die. Wait, what?
So yeah, anyway, yeah, Gabe and I, he goes on Club Penguin rewritten, and he names the character Angery Seas. Because, you know, we had come up with the name Mad Ocean at that point. So we're like, Angery Seas.
Oh, I see.
So that's where Angery came from. I just thought it was like the funniest thing.
Why injury though?
Because it's Gabe and I.
Oh, well, I guess I can respect that.
We had to come up with the dumbest possible thing. He came up with it, to be fair. But like, that's just what we do. I remember like Gio was talking about when we saw New Mutants, how like Gabe almost brings out like the most absurd aspects of us out. So, because I remember like we were talking about this idea for a potential film titled Happyos, in which a school was overrun by an organization forcing the students to make cereal. And you know, eventually, I came up with an idea for that film to be more than just that. I actually want to make Happyos now. Like, the idea we were coming up with was mostly a joke. But eventually we kind of started saying, well, it could work. If we make it stylistic enough, we could totally make Happyos. And, I think it'd be funny.
I like how there actually are Cheerio ripoffs. Like, called Joe's O's.
Yeah, Happyos would just be like a Cheerios ripoff.
It would be a Joe's O's ripoff.
No, but so yeah, the organization would be trying to get like marketing.
Okay.
So like they go to this advertising agency, and there's this girl who directs these commercials. Is what she does. That's like, I guess, what she does for a living. I don't know if that's even a thing, but it'd just be funny to have.
Commercial director.
And so she's like, they're like, we want you to direct this commercial, and she's like, no, I've never heard of your stupid product. And they're like, that's it. You will never make fun of Happyos again. So yeah, like the entire first half is basically like a comedy. Where like then the guy keeps stalking her, and she's like, this goon again? Things like that. And then she's like, I thought I told you to stop harassing me. And so like, eventually she goes to a dentist office And this is where things kick in. She goes to the dentist office, and they knock her out with, you know, the gas.
Oh yeah.
And then they stick her in a truck, and then ship her off to the Happy O's factory, where they force her to, like, they take her life energy or something out of her. And that, so Happy O's is basically like a mafia front, except take mafia out and put, like, oh god, oh my god, I can't believe I got the name for living forever. The word. How did I forget that? Yeah, it's an immortal cult. That's what it is. It's the cultists that discovered more immortality, and they're just, yeah, they just harvest. They harvest women specifically.
Women.
So yeah, they harvest women, and it's a bunch of guys. I guess, I don't know.
Okay.
It's gotta be like some kind of sexual thing going on there.
Yeah. Of course.
So. And then, so, like, the second half of the film is, like, basically kind of a body horror, action flick, and she's gotta bust her way out. So I think that'd be, an entertaining flick. Especially, you know, cause I'd want people to go in, like, wanting to make fun of it, and then come out and be like, that is not what I expected it to be.
Yeah.
And to actually be somewhat disturbed by it. Yeah. I've been thinking about it a lot. I told you about, like, the newer modification for modern artists, right?
What?
Well, I told you about, like, the newer idea for modern artists, right?
I think you did. Wait, could you?
Where it's like, it's the talent show, the America's Got Talent.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Because I was just thinking about that again today. I really want to make that film. That would just be so much fun. I love crapping on the system, is what I like doing. You know me. Always crapping on somebody. And,
you know me.
That's just who I am. I'll tell you what, son.
Tell you what, son.
Listen here, bucko. See?
Bucko. Sonny.
Here,
Sonny boy.
I'm not here blabbering around, see?
Yeah, boy.
You couldn't understand a single thing I said, right?
No. Is that good?
Yeah, so I've been thinking about, like, I want this, like, ending credit sequence in Modern Artist, in which, it's, like, animated, and, like, I don't know, I like the idea of, like, my films ending in these, like, animated ending credit sequences that basically recap the movie you saw in this really cool visual way. I thought about that for Happy O's, I thought about that for Modern Artist. The reunion thing, which I'm leaning more and more to the name King's Reunion. If I can figure out a way to, I think, like, I thought of the name for the school, King's Crest. I'm like, that seems like a very pretentious school, that I think a group of people would attend, and then still reunite after. I feel like that could be a thing. So I think King's Reunion still makes sense.
Okay.
So, I have not thought of that idea for that film. I don't think I will do it. It depends on the film. Like, it depends on how fun the film is trying to be. Where, like, Happy O's is, you know, meant to be fun, and that's really all it is.
It's just gonna take a massive turn.
Yeah, but, like, it's still fun. Like, that's the thing. The opening moments of the film set up that it's not meant to be taken seriously. And then, like, even when it is darker, it's still not meant to be taken seriously. Yeah. It's still a goofy, like, ridiculous over-the-top thing, but there is some more disturbing elements to it. So, like, I think Get Out is a good example, where, like, it is kind of a horror comedy in a way. I think where it's like, you know, there's still some goofier elements to it. Like, it's a very absurd film. Okay. And I think that's, you know, so it's like you're not taking it 100% seriously. I don't think. even though it is like, you know, there's still some tension there. I don't know. Great movie, Get Out. I like it a lot. Yeah, I'm very excited for Jordan Peele's next movie. But Happy O's, I think, is a goofier than Get Out. Like, I imagine the main actress, because this is, I think, the first film idea I had where like a girl would be the lead. So that like I can see the leading actress just like having a blast with it, because like that's all you need to do.
Yeah. Leading actress Molly Scoville.
I don't think so.
No.
I disagree, Gary. Yeah, I mean, yeah, and then like I've thought of some ideas, like some concepts for it, where like you have almost like multiple villains within the film, but like I feel like one of the antagonists I would want to be like this guy who they have like this thing they call the eternal burn, where like whenever they want to use him, they just like basically set him on fire, but he lives forever.
Okay.
But like the fire only pains him. It does not, you know, kill him.
Yeah.
So, but like, yeah, so then he has to, you know, they force him to try and kill goons and things.
So like if you kill this one, your pain will go away or something?
No, they put him in so much pain that he has to do it.
Oh.
Otherwise, and so like he won't be in as much pain. And eventually, you know,
that kind of
so like, no, it's not that your pain will go away. I think I guess there might have been some miscommunication on, actually, or misunderstanding on my end. Yeah, the pain goes away, but like, or not the pain, but like the fire. Like they'll set the fire, and then like they'll set a hotter and hotter fire. But then if you do the thing, then they'll take the fire away.
Okay.
So, I think that'll be interesting. Because like they're clear. I want to have a close up on their eye where they are clearly in pain. They clearly don't even want to do it, but they're forced to. I think that's, and like you can't even really see them. It's just like you have to interpret this in a way. I feel like that's pretty creepy. So it's things like that. There's a creepy doctor that main character will kill.
Okay.
That's the doctor that puts her to sleep. I'm trying to think of like how the body horror would really work. I'm thinking like tubes and things, you know. If you woke up and there were just like a bunch of tubes sticking into you and like you couldn't even move, or like because you just got this thing sticking into you, that would just like terrify me. Especially when the first half of this thing, I've just been making fun of whoever this guy is that put me there. So yeah, and it's like, you know, you're still not supposed to take it seriously. So like when the final act is basically just an action sequence, you know, you're just having a blast. That's the idea.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I just imagine like this. So I don't know if like the slaves would be making Happy-O's or what, or if they would just like have random people make Happy-O's, or if it would just like come out of a machine, like an AI. An AI is making Happy-O's.
What a waste of technology.
Oh my god.
You develop AIs, such a versatile just accessory, and you use them to make cereal.
Rip off cereal that probably tastes terrible.
That reminds me of Ultron's quote. It's like vibranium, the most versatile substance on the planet, and they use it to make a frisbee, typical of humans.
Except it's even worse. It's just it's like rip off Cheerios.
Rip off Cheerios.
I don't know if they'd ever mention Cheerios in the film. They probably would have to, just because like I don't want people to think like that Happy-O's, the film, is a ripoff of Cheerios. I want them to realize that Happy-O's, the corporation, is a ripoff of Cheerios. So, yeah. I just think it would be a blast to make that film. A lot of films that I have ideas for that I think would, I think a lot of my films, I just want to be fun. But not like completely turn your brain off. Like you still, you should be looking at the film because there is something there to, gain. Specifically modern artists, which I feel like wouldn't be that hard to understand, like what I'm trying to communicate there, because it's like just so baked into the story. Yeah. It's not like Synecdoche, New York, where like you have to sit there and write a paper on it to understand it. I don't know if I even would write a paper on Synecdoche, New York, though, because I feel like it's probably overdone. Since there's so much to write about. But I think Charlie Kaufman, supposedly, it seems that he wants you to have your own interpretation of the film.
Okay.
Which I really appreciate, because he seemingly has not, like, explained it at all, which I love. Because I really don't like it when a director comes out and like states what something is, because I feel like you should take away what you want out of a movie, like Synecdoche, New York, or a David Lynch movie. Not like the director says what it's about, and like then now you understand it. I don't like that. And even in the ideas for the simpler films I have, I don't want to really explain them, especially since they'd be really obvious. And very easy to understand, like modern artists, which, I think you can get a good idea of what I'm going for there.
I think so.
It's just with me talking about it. King's Reunion, that's a pretty obvious one, I think, too. I just stubbed my toes again. Whew, same toes. I think I'm scraping them too, which is lovely. I got a blister? Great. That's from running. Oh, it's 12:07. Or 12:07.
It's Wednesday.
Is the time of kings on the merry-go-round. Mary goes round.
Mary is round.
Pippin is square.
Oh no, it's a triangle. With triangle pants. Sam is the fish.
Sam is the fish.
Sam is the fish.
That Gollum eats.
Demons.
And that was kind of disgusting at the beginning of Return of the King, when Gollum is eating a live fish and all the guts are pouring out, but it wasn't Gollum yet, it was Andy Serkis, and it was just weird. Dude, I don't know. I think Gollum and Sam are like my favorite characters. Because Sam is just like so enjoyable to watch, but like Gollum is just one of the more interesting characters, I think.
Okay, yeah.
Where it's like, and Gollum's a very tragic character. Where like you just see him like fishing and you're like, that's lovely. And or not Gollum, Smeagol.
Yeah.
And then he's like, nope, I want the ring now. And then like he's just an abomination at the end of not the end, like throughout the trilogy. It's just an abomination. If you saw that thing, would you run away?
Yeah, I think I would.
Yeah. If I saw a hobbit, I don't know what I'd say if I saw a hobbit.
It's like, oh hey.
Wait, what's going? What are you doing here?
What are you doing here? That's the first question that comes to mind when you see a hobbit. A small man with large bare feet.
What? Okay, but I mean, I would be confused if I saw a hobbit. I would be like, what are you doing here? Why are you here?
Why do you exist right now?
And they'd be like, I'm a small hobbit. That's
on
all
an
they say.
adventure.
Like, where? Like, to Maya.
Meyer.
It's like Frodo and Sam are going into Mire. Mr. Frodo, do you remember the Shire?
You remember the Shire? They didn't have mots like this.
They didn't have shopping carts like this in the Shire.
Start comparing everything to the Shire.
They didn't have processed cheese like this in the Shire. They didn't have anti-maskers like this in the Shire.
They didn't have masks like this in the Shire.
Yeah, would COVID-19 exist within the Shire?
I don't know.
See, okay, Gandalf would be the one to bring it in, but Gandalf would probably die from COVID-19.
Gandalf, the high-risk patient.
So, Gandalf the Grey. Gandalf the White, I don't think so.
Yeah.
I think he would be, he would be immune to COVID-19.
You know,
he would say,
like, Gandalf the Grey was like barely able to defeat the Balrog. I think COVID-19 is just slightly stronger than the Balrog.
To Gandalf the Grey, at least.
Yeah.
The Hobbits, I mean, they're tiny, so like I don't know how good their immune systems are. So like they're probably pretty screwed too if COVID were to ever, enter. They probably don't know what's going on outside of the Shire.
Yeah, they're just trying to do their thing, and then COVID comes around like, hey, and
now Sauron. Sauron would also be a high-risk patient. I think.
He's so ancient.
Yeah, I mean, and like he was he dead? I don't know. He was kind of dead for a little bit, so. He's died once before, he can die again.
Yeah, it seems pretty high risk.
I mean, he died more at the end of the trilogy. So,
yeah.
I like Sauron in the Lego Batman movie, where Batman has to fight Sauron.
I don't even remember. I watched the Lego Batman, and I don't remember that scene.
I don't know if Batman directly fights Sauron, but Sauron was in the movie. I remember that because there was no reference to any other properties throughout the entire movie, and then just out of nowhere at the end, Joker just invites all these villains, and it's Sauron, the guys from the Matrix. What's the guy's name? Agent Smith.
Yeah.
I think. Who else was in? I think there was a dinosaur meant to represent Jurassic Park, but I don't think they had the rights to Jurassic Park, so they just had a random dinosaur.
Dinosaur.
Yeah, it was just a bunch of famous movie villains, and yet Sauron, it was just a giant tower walking around with an eye, and I was like, what? I mean, if you really think about it, the Lego movie is kind of very similar to Lord of the Rings, but obviously it's a commentary on something like Lord of the Rings and Star Wars, and not actually trying to be that. So
okay, yeah.
Because it has the Gandalf character, but that guy is blind and he's stupid.
Yeah.
So I mean, he's not really helping too much. I thought that was pretty clever, especially they didn't really reveal that in the trailers. You just expect him to be this Gandalf type character, and he's just literally blind and he just keeps running into things. And I was like, what is this?
He's a fool.
He is a fool. What? Wasn't there a line in one of the movies where Saruman says, Gandalf the Grey? More like Gandalf the Fool.
Probably.
I think that was a line. So funny.
I didn't know Saruman the Wise resort to something like madness.
Saruman
screamed.
calling him a fool.
Who
Yeah,
knows Saruman the Wise would resort to madness.
He's on a call and he goes when he doesn't get his way.
Yup, just Saruman.
I could see Saruman like, you know, if he were ever to enter the battlefield, he would be like, now using my secret weapon, go.
Starts humming and breaks the ears of everybody.
They're like, no! And then like, you have, Sam like, Mr. Frodo, do you remember the Shire when they used to hum normally? He's like, Sam, I don't trust you anymore.
Defeat Sam and trial by combat.
Honestly, yeah, when I kept watching the movies, I'm like, this reminds me of when I played Lego Lord of the Rings. Because I played Lego Lord of the Rings before watching Lord of the Rings back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I wish I watched Lord of the Rings back in the day. I feel like I'd have a lot of nostalgia for it, like I do for Harry Potter. Because it's just, you know, probably one of the better franchises out there. Film franchises. Well, Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings. I'd say Harry Potter definitely took a lot from Lord of the Rings. It was definitely heavily inspired by Lord of the Rings. But I do like Harry Potter still enough because, you know, a lot of that for nostalgic purposes. I mean, it's just like, yeah, probably my favorite franchise, I'd say. Harry Potter. Yeah. You know what? I'll just go with that. I'm just gonna say it. You can disagree if you want, but I disagree with your disagreement, so
Okay.
I win. Bye-bye. I have the Harry Potter 8 film collection.
I disagree.
There are 4 features in this collection that are rated PG, and 4 features in this collection that are rated PG-13. You got a giant Blu-ray case, which I always love looking at because it's absurd. I want to watch the Harry Potters again soon. This is like the perfect fall franchise. I feel like I'm gonna watch them at any point. I should be watching them soon because, you know, like, yeah, they're just comforting. While I'm, you know, like, oh man, I gotta get this paper done. But I haven't watched Harry Potter 3 today. So, I'm gonna wait till it's a little more fall. Maybe I'll watch them during October when I'm watching a bunch of new horror films. I'll just fit in some Harry Potters. I hope we get to watch some horror films for my class.
Yeah.
That would be nice.
Maybe even the film club?
Yes, yeah. I'm thinking of ending things, which I was just thinking about is like maybe we'll do that, but like, I hear it's almost not even really a horror movie. It's kind of horror, kind of not.
Unsettling.
I mean, like, it's under the horror genre, but I don't think it falls under any genre. So, I mean, like, Synecdoche, New York was like a comedy. No, not even. It was a drama with comedy elements sprinkled in there. And like even then, I don't know how many times you were actually supposed to be laughing, but I wasn't laughing at the movie, it was still with it. But I don't know how much of it was done for comedic effect. Because like I remember seeing like a clip of it where like he gets hit in the head with a faucet that just sprays up at him. And I'm like, oh, that's comedic when I saw the clip online, but then I saw it in the context of the movie, I'm like, oh no, that's not that funny. But there's still a few moments where it's kind of comedic. Like there's just no way it could not be funny to me. Like there's a certain character that reveals himself to the main character at a certain point in the movie, and it's just like, it's just one of the most awkward things. Like I don't know how you would deal with that. It was just funny that he had to reveal that. But it's also just very interesting, and it made me ponder what it means to watch a play or a film or television. What really is that? I think is the way I looked at it, and now I'm thinking about it more. Yes, I love Synecdoche, New York. Ah, yes. That's how I'm gonna start every review now. Ah, yes. This movie gave me good vibes.
Good vibes from Vibe Master.
That was, you know, video game Donkey?
Yeah, I know of it.
Okay, so there's this podcast I listen to called Sardonic Hess. It's got YMS. I Hate Everything, Ralph the Movie Maker. They all come together for an epic event. And they had Donkey on, and at one point, they were talking about this critic named Armand White. Little brief history of Armand White. Basically, any movie that is, like, everyone considers good, he's like, no, that movie stinks.
Oh, is he the guy who was like talking garbage on Parasite?
He probably did crap on Parasite.
No, like you and Gio or you and Gabe were watching.
Oh no, that was it. That's just a random neckbeard.
Oh.
Armand White is like an official critic.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, no, I don't think he liked Parasite because basically Armand White is just a really alt-right, I think.
Oh.
And if it doesn't align with his alt-right views, he's just like, this movie just stinks. It's the worst. But sometimes, you know, that's like sometimes, you know, because a lot of movies are left-wing. But then, like, you have movies like Suicide Squad, which he didn't even like Suicide Squad. So, I mean, yeah.
It aligns with my beliefs, but man, I didn't like.
I don't think it aligned with anyone's beliefs. I think it was just so bad that he's like, yeah, no, I cannot in good conscience. Though he did like Jack and Jill, which didn't align with anyone's beliefs either because it's Jack and Jill. But you know, it's just yeah. So that's what I mean. Like sometimes it doesn't have to align with his beliefs. Sometimes it just has to be a pattern. I don't know. It's just funny to look at his reviews. Anyway, so in this podcast, Donkey was making a joke about how Armand White would start a review, and he goes, "Ah, yes, this movie is very Man of Steel-like." Just like the idea of Armand White starting a review, writing out, "Ah, yes, this movie is very Man of Steel-like." So I feel like we should do that now. Anytime I go on Letterboxd, I'm gonna write, "Ah, yes, this movie is very good."
Ah, yes.
Or no, it should be like me comparing it to a different movie. Ah, yes, this movie is very Pinocchio 3000 like. Which that's my favorite movie. I don't know if you want to look at like my joking Letterboxd reviews.
Oh yeah.
That is in the context of those, that is the best film of all time. And the second best film of all time is The Bye Bye Man. Don't think it, don't say it. Bye Bye Man, La La Land. That's what Red Letter Media. They're like the best YouTube channel for movie reviews, at least. Right, Uller? You better give me the answers. He's not giving me any answers. What about your dog? Does your dog give you answers?
Answers? Not the ones I'm looking for.
Well, at least you get answers.
Yeah. So that's something, I guess. Maybe I'll cobble something up together.
My dog just looks at me like, "What you doing? I'm here."
What you doing, bub?
Let me give you a hug, dog. Yeah. He's very cute.
I have 21 feedbacks on the stream.
Dog, that's epic.
Mm-hmm.
That means people were probably listening to me saying, "Ah, yes, this movie's very Man of Steel-like." Ah, yes, this dog is very Uller-like. Come on.
Yeah. This dog is very... Murder? Murdy.
Come on, lay down. Ow, no, don't scratch. Oh my... No, Uller. I'm not petting you anymore after that.
No.
You scratched my armpit.
Ow.
Yeah, he's not getting any more attention after that one. After that mess up, he's done for life.
He
I
messed
refuse
up.
to feed him after this.
His life is horrible.
He can feed himself. He'll scavenge.
Cabbage.
Dude. Okay, so on the way home from tennis. Okay, how many times does that guy show up? Because I just noticed, like, in the episode I was watching, or technically yesterday, because it's
Were they in
Wednesday.
Omashu or something?
No, Omashu was like the first place, but then like there was also the second. Yeah, he's like, just like Omashu, I lost my cabbages again.
Oh.
Or something like that. How many? Is this guy a reoccurring character throughout the show?
He shows up in The Legend of Korra. Or a character like him does.
Oh, okay. But, so is he like throughout the entire show, or is it just those 2 episodes? Because he better show up throughout the entire show.
He shows up throughout the entire show.
Okay, good.
Oh, yeah, like, you're right, a lot of the characters do show up later.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so, I mean, like, he's important. Like, the cabbage guy? Come on. My cabbages. He's like, the snail in Adventure Time. Where, like, part of the fun of Adventure Time is finding where the snail was each episode. I mean, so, like, this is not, you know, trying to find the snail.
Yeah.
But it is, like, I wonder if the cabbage guy is gonna be in this episode. He better be in this next episode I'm gonna watch. If he's not, I'm gonna lose it.
I'm gonna lose it. Throw another moon at me, I'm gonna lose it. This cabbage guy isn't in this episode, I'm gonna lose
And then if he's not in the next one, I'm gonna lose it.
it. Even more.
In Julia's Kitchen with Master Chefs is what this program is called.
Luke's already lost it.
Yep. But I'm losing it in the best possible way. Lose yourself. What was that? Is that a song? I think it is. Who wrote Lose Yourself? I don't know.
Eminem?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, my dad taught Eminem's daughter. And he met Eminem for parent-teacher conferences.
He just showed up like, hey.
I mean, like, yeah, they had to have separate parent-teacher conferences for Eminem.
Mm-hmm.
But, that was still pretty epic. And, Eminem, like, helps his daughter on assignments, or at least did, because, you know, she's graduated at this point. But, like, yeah, he would be like, ah, yes, I remember the essay she was doing back in April. And it's like, what, you actually know what she's doing? Like, he's like, most parents don't know what's going on at all.
Most
You have
parents
time for this?
Most parents, they're out of here. But Eminem, he's locked into this school business.
I'm watching this, like, thing where apparently these people are talking about, like, weight loss, food, medicine. Dr. Furman's Food as Medicine, weight loss. It's at 5 p.m. at some day. I don't think I trust that too much, I gotta be honest. Like, those pictures of the people that lost weight were even
Photoshop.
more different. Yeah, no, they were even more different than, like, you normally find in, like, these infomercials.
No, they're just
like,
different people altogether, not even the
like,
same
yeah, no,
person.
usually, like, you can tell it's, like, it looks like a pretty different person. But, like, these just, there was no similarities at all. It just looked like a completely different human being. I always love how, like, they always get, like, the worst possible picture of these, like, people, too.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, they get, like, a good picture of them when they look better, and it's like, why do the pictures look so different? Just,
Yeah.
If this really worked, like, in the way that you're trying to advertise, why would you be trying to hide that, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Um, so that's my philosophy. That's why I'm gonna get an A in philosophy. I'm gonna be like, the weight loss things are a scam. Everyone's gonna applaud. Woo! Yeah, I agree.
And then Luke wins. Philosophy.
This is me. This is how I win.
I won this college course. I beat it.
Ah. In Julia's kitchen with master chefs. Bon appetit.
Master Chef. I'm done.
Hello, I'm Julia Child. Welcome to my house, and to my kitchen, and to another culinary adventure.
Wait,
with
why
one of
are you
America's
in my...
master chefs. Master Chef at Moscow.
Wait, how did you get in
One
here?
of San Francisco's
Ma'am?
top chef restaurants.
Ma'am, I'm gonna have to
Julian
ask you to
Sabrina
leave.
will share with us
Ma'am.
some of his native Spanish
I'm gonna have to call the police. I'm gonna have to call the local law enforcement.
I disagree.
Oh. Okay.
I disagree, Gary.
Oh,
Sorry, no disputing it.
Wait, no. No! I can't do
Keegan
anything.
really...
I'm
You got it. I gotta read something to you, because Keegan...
Because Keegan...
Yeah, I'm sorry, I heard something it said. Yeah, no, I just got confused with the way things were sounding.
Keegan was
On my
outside your
end, too.
house.
No, Keegan, we were trying to set up a meeting. I said, are we talking, should we just wait for a time that all three of us can talk at the same time? She says, wait, because Anna's the one who takes notes, and she's kind of important to have. I'm like, well, we all have the same dot, so either of us can take notes. She's like, nope, we need Anna. I says, I think you are nitpicking and biased. I win, bye-bye, no disputing it, sorry. And then, like, okay, so that, she has the audacity to say wrong. I say, I'm sorry, but I not only said that you were nitpicking and biased and that I won, the finishing move on its own, but I also added that there was no disputing it, making it so that there was absolutely no way of recovering from that. Anything you say about the matter after that is just a bunch of meaningless words. Sorry, no disputing it. And then she just says, wow.
Wait,
I mean,
did you
'cause
just
I
say
won.
just wrong after?
Yeah, she said wrong after my first thing. I was like, nope, sorry.
That's not how this works. I'm sorry, I didn't make the rules.
I forgot to add that.
That's just how it works around here. I'm sorry.
Even though we made the rules.
We're scamming them. We're scamming them into them thinking that we didn't make the rules when really
I was talking to Enzo too. I was saying, like, we gotta come up with our tunes for the road trip. It's like, yeah, we got it. It's a long time that we're gonna be listening to tunes. I feel like because we're gonna be in the car with Anna, we specifically have to fill like our thing with The Weeknd, because she's like, I hate The Weeknd. And I was just thinking about Uncut Gems. I'm like, ooh, The Weeknd. Ooh, Anna, we gotta put The Weeknd in there because she hates The Weeknd.
Yep. I actually don't have an opinion on The Weeknd myself, so I don't.
I don't either because, you know, I don't know anything about music. I gotta put my dog out on the leash. Layra, layra. Ah! I always forget which light is which. Come here, buddy. It's looking pretty creepy out here. Probably because I'm the only one around these here parts this late at night.
Yep. That's how that works.
I am the only one, like, out here. I don't know who the closest neighbor to me is, but I am probably, for at least a mile, I don't think there's anyone. So, if something happens, in the car I go. Hopefully there's no goons, ghouls, or minions.
Especially not Donald Trump. Surely not.
Sure, don't call me Shirley, please.
Don't call me Shirley. Wait, which movie was that from? Was that from,
Airplane.
Oh, it was Airplane?
Yeah. He's like, Shirley, you can't be serious. He's like, I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
Oh yeah, you're right.
And he does that twice.
Don't call.
It's such a dumb line. I love that movie so much. I would show the gang that movie, but like obviously no one has the capacity to watch like 2 minutes of anything. So I don't know how they would watch a movie. Like how do any of those people watch movies? So Enzo obviously
I don't think Colton does watch movies. He probably just listens to drum and bass.
Colton just sits there. Corey watches movies. I've seen movies with Corey. I would have invited him to Tenet, but he's all the way up in the UP. So it would take him like 6 hours to drive there. Yeah, that's just not gonna happen. So yeah, Enzo was like the only person who was like, yeah, I know Enzo would see it. Enzo, I think at one point said Inception was his favorite movie. I'm like, okay, so he'll probably want to see this. So I was like, yeah, I'll just lock it in. I mean, yeah, Enzo and I see movies all the time anyway, so it was like, just like perfect casting. I don't remember the first. I think Blade Runner was probably like the first movie we saw together recently. Because I remember there was like a year where we didn't really talk to each other that much. It was freshman year, and we kind of like, Boozer, come here. That's exactly what we did. For a second I thought there was a goon in front of my sight, but no, it's just a tree. But there's probably a goon to my left or right. Come on,
maybe even a ghoul.
I'm hoping not a ghoul. I'd rather have a goon than a ghoul.
What about a minion?
Nothing. No comment.
They're just kind of there doing their thing. And hopefully that thing wouldn't be terrorizing people.
I mean, the minions, they terrorize people just by existing. So
it's the very thought, the very concept, prospect of their existence is terrifying.
Mr. Smith was into Minions.
He was just into Minions.
Yeah, do you remember that?
Not really.
He was like, he had Minions everywhere.
Music teacher?
Like, yeah. Did you know they cut music? They cut the music program at Kingsbury.
Really?
Yeah.
Was Minion obsession really?
Do you know how dumb that is? I hate that so much. They cut the computers, they cut the music. I don't know what they're doing over there, but it's all ghoul territory.
Yeah.
It's very ghoulish.
They have a bunch of ghouls running the place.
It's ghouls running the joint. We gotta get in there and show them what's up. Okay, I almost forgot to tell you.
Even the president knows about this.
I almost forgot to tell you about this idea I came up with. I don't know when it was. It was the other day. I was sitting there. I'm like, I just came up with an idea for a film I might want to do. I might just combine it with something else. I don't know. But it's about a road trip. Specifically, a road trip with us. Okay? So, it starts off like we're at a diner or something, getting food, and then we're like fueling up the cars.
The greasy spoon.
Everybody's ready to go. Yeah, we're sure. Just on the, in like the desert or something.
The west side diner.
So we start driving. We get into our cars. So there's the car that we're in, and then the other car, which will just contain like everybody else. So at some point, you and I are sitting in the front seat as Anna and Keegan's characters. Because I'm basing it off of that group specifically, because I think that would be the funniest group to base it off of.
Okay.
We're like, hey, so like the entire film so far, we've been doing the spaghetti shuffle like non-stop. We're just like, any chance we get, we want to do the spaghetti shuffle. We want to do the spaghetti shuffle at like certain monuments, things like that. And we're like, wait, what if we do the spaghetti shuffle while I'm driving? And like we look in the back of the car and they're asleep. So we start doing the spaghetti shuffle.
Wait, what are Keegan and Anna doing?
They're sleeping.
I thought you were gonna
So
say
we
they're
start doing the
terrifying.
spaghetti shuffle, and then the car just goes off the road into this shady road where it says "Do not go this way," and then we keep passing these signs like, seriously, you will die if you go this way. But we can't see it because we're doing the spaghetti shuffle while we're driving. So we pull off into this creepy town, and then it's like a town full of goons and ghouls, and we have to fight our way out of the town. And obviously it's a comedy.
Yeah.
Similar to Happy O's, except I'd say it's a lot goofier.
It's a goofier Happy O's.
I would say like a scene I had an idea for is like the character based on me saying, I think we should make a run for it. And you guys are, well, let's actually think this through. And then like it pans back to where I was, and I just started sprinting away, and I never show up again.
Oh. That's your entire
I got everyone
character
into the mess. I got everyone into the mess, and then everyone, I just leave them.
You just
and like that, yeah. And then there's no way you guys can take off because the goons and ghouls will find you if you do. But so I'm thinking like it'll have something to do with like Road Trip to Hell. I don't know. That's not a good title. That's just like the working title I have in my mind, or Road Trip Through Hell, something like that. Only because, not because we go through like a literal hell. It's because I'm taking a concept that we've discussed and applying it to the other car that was also mentioned in the film, because it keeps cutting back to this car. And there's a certain song that just keeps playing and it won't stop. And they have to listen to this song. I'm not thinking it's Don't Stop Believin'. I was thinking about a song that we actually listened to while up here. I'm thinking it would be Dead Skunk in the middle of the road.
Oh yeah, yep.
And it would just be that, like, those characters in the car like jamming out to it for a second, and like it keeps cutting back to them, and the more it does, just the more insane they get. And they're just like, the more they clearly just want to die as they listen to this song, and there's no way of escaping this song. No matter what they do, like maybe they like chuck the car off of a cliff, but then like they get into a new car and it just keeps playing the same song.
Oh no. You get like a scene where they actually try to kill themselves. And they just don't die. Like they can just have anything happen to them and they will not die.
Like they have they point a gun to their head. It just misses. Even though they got it right to the head, it just somehow misses. They're like, no!
That was my old bullet!
They set up a noose, but then like their head just falls out. Like they just fall out of it.
They try to commit crimes and get death penalty, but they just can't kill them.
They just keep hearing Dead Skunk, and then like they just let them go because they get sick of hearing the song too. No matter where they go, the song plays. I don't know how that would work, but there has to be some way that would just keep happening, and it would just be very comedic. Like literally every scene they're in, you just hear that song until the end of the movie when it just stops playing for no reason, just because it's the end of the movie. I don't know. So yeah, that's a very sloppy idea right now. Not a whole lot of stuff going on there, but I think, if done correctly, you might have something. Or I might have some, I don't know. It might be too similar to things that have come before. I'd have to put my own spin on it. But like Happy O's is similar to a Halloween 3 is what it was. Halloween 3 Season of the Witch, which has nothing to do with Michael Myers. It was just, they were going to do an anthology series at that point, but then everyone's like, where's Michael Myers? And they're like, fine, we'll bring him back. So it just became the Michael Myers franchise. I've always liked the concept of Halloween 3, so it's kind of a remake, but not really. It's not an official remake. It's taking like some concepts from it and just redoing it in a better way. A goofier way. I might watch Halloween 3 for my horror marathon this October. Who knows, son? Who knows? What do you think it's?
A wide what?
What do you think it's?
Am I thinking? Not too much. Just things and doing stuff.
You're playing a level.
Yep. Pretty good level.
Lying down with my dog town.
USA. USA.
Yeah, Uller now runs this town. It happened.
Yep.
He's in charge. It's already a disaster. No one knows what's going on, not even him. He doesn't know he's running it. We tried telling him, but he just looked at us and tried to get us to play catch.
Like, hey, that's cool, but I want to play catch.
And then, like, he's trying to lick my face. He did. He licked one. The one lick. That's all I got.
You licked one of your faces.
One of my 10,006 faces. Aw, you just...
Can I
He's
have
so
a flying
cute.
bison? No. How many trees are on the island? 10,562.
Is that an actual quote
Kind of.
from the show?
Not from Avatar. But from what? From a series in the universe.
Oh! So literally just the one other series in the universe.
Yeah. I'm watching Legends of Korra right now. I gotta say.
So did you finish Avatar then?
I did. Yeah.
Okay.
Gotta say,
Yeah,
I
it's
think I
taken
liked
me long
Avatar
to-
a lot. I think I liked Avatar a bit more. But just because,
I think everyone does.
just because I'm just so, I don't know.
No, literally
Avatar.
everyone likes it more.
Yeah. I can see why.
Korra's... I don't know, I hear good things about it.
What?
I hear good things about Korra.
Yeah.
But I also hear bad things, so... I have no idea.
Yeah,
I don't...
I have noticed, like, people seem to be polarized.
It's a divisive thing, yeah. My dog is licking my hand.
Like, I've seen video essays on why it's bad. And
My
video essays on
dog
why
is
it's
sucking
good.
my hand.
Sucking your hand. Dogs can do that.
Yes. I guess so. Oh, good
Pretty
boy.
epic dog.
Yeah, he's pretty epic.
He's an epic dog.
I got his paws. Ah.
Take his paws.
I have to grab him though because he'll... Yeah. Paw Patrol, that's what I am. Because I'm patrolling his paws.
Patrolling for paws.
Paw Control. What? No, I meant Control.
Paw control. Paw control.
Paw Control.
Paul Carpenter. Paul Jordan. Luke Paul E.
Wally.
Carpenter Jordan.
Ants.
Markiplier E. Lord Farquaad. Mark Zuckerberg.
Visible confusion meme that Wolfbit sent that one time.
E. E. E.
I'm petting my dog's arm.
Travis Scott wants you to get these squad wins for the crew tonight.
Travis Scott.
Travis Scott wants you to make the bacon and secure the bag in Fortnite Battle Royale on your Samsung Galaxy.
Is that like a commercial?
Yeah, it wasn't actually
What the heck?
commercials. It was like his mom or something. It said, Travis Scott wants you to get these squad wins for the crew tonight.
I know,
And it was
Travis Scott said about Tenet, because he wrote a song for Tenet.
Oh really?
Yeah, it plays at the end of the movie.
Oh.
Credits. He's like, his review of the movie was that it was very fire. And it was like, wow, great job.
Thanks.
Very
Travis.
articulate.
Thanks, Travis.
I mean, yeah, that was a pretty funny review. I would say it's pretty fire. If I'm gonna use Travis Scott's words, I wouldn't say it's very fire. I'd say it's pretty fire. It's fire enough. 7 out of 10. I liked it. I might watch it again. I don't know. Here's the thing. If I do watch it again, I don't think I'll like it as much. But at the same time, I think I might like it more. It's very weird. I don't want to rewatch it, but I do at the same time. Yeah, I don't know. It's a whole thing. Now, my dog and I are playing tug of war. This is a complicated war that you wouldn't understand. One dog tries to take the ball thing, and I just hold on to it while he pulls.
So do you push or anything?
No.
I don't think I'll be able to understand it.
It's just 2 people pulling.
What?
Unless, if you count the dog as a person, it's 2 people pulling.
Count the dog. Now there's dogs in here? Man, keep it simple. Nate, how do I get through to you, you dense? Nate, why are you so dense?
I started petting him and he let it go. Oh, now he's chomping.
I hear him.
He jumped at it. What?
I heard it. I heard him.
Yeah, he's like jumping all over the place right now. Oh my god. Oh my god. I started spinning it around. He had no idea what was going on.
Completely out of the loop.
He just tried biting at whatever he saw. I pretended like I threw it, and I still have it in my hand. It's right here, Uller. He thinks it's not real.
This isn't real. Is this real?
He doesn't know what's going on.
He doesn't know.
Oh, you cheap dog. Actually, he was a very expensive dog.
You very
And he's
expensive dog.
You dollar dog. I got this dog from the dollar store.
From Dollar General.
They were just selling dogs there.
Yep. I was like, hey, wouldn't you know it?
Uller, stop. Uller, lay down. Feel something on your body.
One of my
my
favorite song artists released a new song like on the 28th, and I still haven't listened to it.
That's interesting.
But I'm extremely excited for it though.
You're extremely, yeah.
I really want to listen to it.
There are 4 movies. Okay, well technically 3 movies that I actually want to see this week, plus 1 that I will see. And on top of that, The Boys Season 3 premieres. So, I already got to see one of them, which was Tenet. But then, so Mulan, because I'm watching all the Disney Plus original movies, so I'm gonna get Gabe to set me up with that, because, you know, I don't want it. It's a little expensive. So, yeah, take that, Disney. But, anyway, so there's a Netflix movie, which I've already talked about extensively. I'm thinking of ending things, and then there's this documentary that I've heard is great called Feels Good Man, which is about Pepe the Frog.
Oh yeah.
And the history of Pepe, the guy who made Pepe, just a lot about Pepe.
Okay.
And I hear it's very good. So that's on my watch list. Might be worth checking out. I mean, if you're interested in Pepe, I mean, yeah, I usually don't, care about memes, but I feel like Pepe is such an iconic thing that I just feel like I gotta, see this documentary. It's just supposed to be a good documentary, and I'm very curious about it.
Okay. Yeah.
But then The Boys Season 2, first 3 episodes, releases this Friday. So, at least I'll take a break from Avatar, and I'll watch those 3 episodes of The Boys. Then I'll get back to Avatar as The Boys releases 1 episode a week after that, so and it's supposed to be pretty good. Boys season 2. Have you seen The Boys?
I haven't. No.
I think you should watch The Boys.
The Boys.
It's superhero. Do you know what it is?
No, not really.
Okay, so it's about superheroes.
Okay.
And it's in this universe in which it's like the most corporate thing. Superheroes, like they treat them like just normal celebrities.
Okay.
And like, but then like it's also there's a lot of politics involved. They're like, okay, so we have to get you to pretend like you're having a relationship with this person, or like no, they're like you have to have a relationship with this person, so we boost up your points, so we can get more money, we can get more sponsorships from you, and it's just like crap like that. And these superheroes are like some of the worst people to ever exist. Like the like Superman type character Homelander is like one of the most terrifying characters just ever. One of the first scenes in the entire show is this, like, I would say this character basically starts, what's her name? I think it's like Starlight. She starts out like a CW, superhero type hero, CW show, type hero. And she, that's kind of the way she's acting, and that's like her costume and everything. And then she has to... the Aquaman type character, because they're basically all parodies of existing characters.
Okay.
So the Aquaman character takes his pants off and then has her suck his dick, and that's like one of the opening scenes of the show, where it's like it starts off and it's like all cheery. And then you have that right in the beginning. It's like, okay, so this show isn't, and like it's very bloody and gruesome.
Okay.
Not gruesome, but it's very bloody. But like it's not just that. It's like actually adult. So like it's like kind of disturbing in that way, and I like that more. Like the opening scene of the show. I don't know if I'll spoil the opening scene, because I think you should just watch it.
Okay.
But the opening scene like just immediately sets up that like this is not a normal superhero thing. So the main part of the show is a group of guys, the boys, trying to take down what they call the soups. They call the superhero soups. And you got Carl Urban playing the main guy named Butcher, and dude, he's epic. Well, he's not the main guy. The main guy. I forgot what the guy's name is. Simon Pegg plays the character in the show, very briefly, but he does an American accent. And it's kind of funny. It's like just because I don't think his American accent is very good, but I like Simon Pegg enough. I'm like fine with it. Yeah, the show gets a strong Luke Midorsky seal of approval. The Boys. It's funny, disturbing, intense. There's this great scene on a plane that's just like one of the most like intense scenes, thrilling. I don't want to spoil it, but there's a very good scene on a plane, and you'll know it when you see it.
Alright.
So give that a watch. Honestly, I'd say you can just interrupt Korra, because it's only 8 episodes. And they're all an hour, but it is only 8 episodes. So
Okay.
And season 2 comes out. It's on Amazon Prime is where you can find it. You have Amazon Prime, I think, right?
On TV downstairs. I don't think I have it on my phone.
Okay. Well, that's fine then. I think it's fine.
Yeah.
It's better than, what's that movie? I can't remember anything right now. I remember, like, letters from, God, what's that movie? I don't want to say what it is because I want to get it. I gotta look it up now. Trust me, I'm getting this movie. Event Horizon.
Oh, you forgot about it. Lucky.
I forgot about the name. I remember the poster. I remember that it began with an E. I remember like the font of the E. I just could not remember the name of the show or movie. But so yeah, it's better than Event Horizon, but it's not as good as say Pinocchio 3000.
Oh yeah.
Because Pinocchio 3000 is the greatest film of all time. So
yeah.
it's hard to beat that, like, you know, as a TV show.
You'd have to
it's
literally become the greatest film of all time.
Yeah, the only issue with Pinocchio 3000 is, you know, there's a scene where Pinocchio has to play the imagination game with this girl, and, like, he's like, what are the rules to the imagination game? And they don't even explain it. So, like, he has a disadvantage throughout the entire imagination game, but then somehow figures it out. And I don't know what the rules to the imagination game are. I don't know if he won. I honestly, I don't know. And I thought that was just a messy plot point, and that ruined the entire movie.
The imagination game. It played
Yeah.
pivotal roles in
The imagination game. Dude, that movie sucked. I did enjoy writing my review of that movie though. That was a lot of fun. Because it's just so stupid. That's basically what my Bye Bye Man review is. I wrote a review of the Bye Bye Man, and I'm like, this movie is great. I love how awful it is, but I did not like the Bye Bye Man's shirt, so I have to give this movie a 1 out of 10. Sorry, should have tried harder than that, guys. So, yeah, just basically anytime I watch a terrible movie, I'm just waiting to review it in, like, this dumb way.
Man, this was a really good movie. I'll give it 1 out of 10. It doesn't have much value.
I'm gonna reread my Pinocchio 3000 review because I'm still very proud of it. Alright. And then I might have to get off because it is getting slightly late.
Okay.
Not that late, but, you know. Late enough, I'll tell you what. YMS added The Birth of a Nation to his watch list literally as we're talking about it.
Oh no. Alright.
Should I add this to my watch? I don't want to have this on my visible watch list.
Yeah.
But I probably will watch. Wait a second, 193 minutes? I don't want to watch this.
It's literally over 2 hours. It's over 3 hours.
Yeah. What? That can't be right.
Birth of a Nation isn't that long of a film.
I don't believe that.
I don't think that's true. I know nothing about that.
I'm not buying it. Okay.
I'm not
it's
buying
3 hours, 15 minutes long. Oh my god.
You're not buying it, and you're literally not buying it.
Yeah, I'm not buying it. And okay, well I wasn't buying it even though it's true, but now I'm not buying it.
I don't think it's true. Yeah.
But then, okay, 1916 they released a movie called The Fall of a Nation. But actually, I don't think they did. I don't know what they did. Anyway, okay, wait. Pinocchio 3000. Gotta go to my diary. Gotta go scroll down all the way to February is when I watched that movie. I watched it on a Thursday night. I remember coming into third hour and saying to the gang, yeah, I watched Pinocchio 3000. I watched it a day before I watched Timmy Failure Mistakes Were Made in Punch Drunk Love. Anyway, okay, here's my Pinocchio 3000 review again.
Wasn't there a Dracula 2000 movie?
No. I mean, there's a movie probably called Dracula 3000, but I didn't do a review of it.
Oh, well.
Maybe I will someday. Say, this isn't Pinocchio 3000.
That's the whole review.
For my entire life, I've waited to see an animated film version of Pinocchio in which he is a robot in a cyberpunk city. Luckily, Pinocchio 3000 delivers on that promise, as it truly is one of the best films I've ever seen in my entire life. But let's break it down. The movie opens on two characters that are completely irrelevant to the movie and contribute absolutely nothing to the rest of the movie. I believe this is a metaphor for our consumerist society and how we are all part of the machine, similar to Fight Club. These characters save a flower, which is then unsaved by the villain of the story. Of course, we can't forget about the best part of the film, Howie Mandel playing a talking robot penguin. Howie delivers a performance so strong that it baffles audiences to this day as to why he was not nominated or why he didn't win an Oscar for Best Supporting Actor. He maintains a very hilarious sense of humor that only Howie could bring to the table, also delivering on the heartbreaking aspects of a talking robot penguin. We often think of what it would be like to be a talking robot penguin, and this movie makes us feel that. Okay, let's move on to the next paragraph. There have been multiple. I don't know why I had to specifically say that this is a different paragraph. This work of art has a polished glaze with its stunning animation. I could ask 15 people to point me to better animation, and they couldn't do it. On top of that, the designs of everything within the motion picture is spectacular. It's very hard to look at a lot of these characters and locations, which is a bold move by the creators, because it adds something that no other animations have. Story. Of course, we cannot forget about the best element of Pinocchio 3000. Pinocchio. He is very good. Sadly, I do have an issue with this otherwise masterpiece of cinema. You see, at a certain point, our characters play the imagination game. However, Pinocchio doesn't know the rules. But when he says that, he is laughed at and mocked. This makes for a powerful scene. But what I don't understand is what are the rules to the imagination game? They never explain it. I was very confused. Thus, I must give Pinocchio 3000 only half star out of 5. Really should have tried harder than that. Sorry. That review has 6 likes.
It should have more.
It should have more.
One of them will be me.
Nate, do you still have Letterboxd on your phone?
I do.
Good. Have you been watching any movies?
Nope.
Okay, so at least it's fair. At least your Letterboxd is updated.
Yeah.
Actually, wait a minute. You never updated that you rewatched Uncut Gems.
Oh, I didn't?
No.
Oh, I actually thought I did. Okay.
You gotta lock in the date right now, Nate. I can tell you exactly what day we watched it.
Which one was it?
Uncut Gems, we watched it on July 15th. We rewatched Uncut Gems.
July 15th. Alright. I'll add that in.
Right now, son. Otherwise, Luke is gonna be getting upset.
Luke could be getting injury seas.
3,000.
Why were we thinking of that?
What?
I was thinking of Angry Seas 3000, but I didn't say 3000 part.
Because I feel like I always say it, but I always forget that I'm saying crap like Angry Seas 3000. The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly I gave a 9 out of 10. It's closer to a 9 than a 9. Thank you. Nate, are you doing it, Nate?
I'm winning this level.
Mmm!
Luke is upset.
Luke is getting upset.
No, I'm upset. Okay, I'm good.
My Spy. Who made this? Where's the funny?
Wait, I'll be right back.
You will be back?
I will. Wait, actually, do I have it on my phone right now?
I love that no one else I'm following has seen My Spy. Shepman Gill is in it. You know, that's my favorite actor. How about Chris De Silva or Keller Vian, Ken Jeong. I don't know what he's doing in this movie. What, he was in Endgame? Who was he in Endgame? I wonder. Step Brothers. That movie stinks. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Of course, he's a producer on Soul Searching, which is a, you know, like Korea Soul.
Hey, got a new subscriber.
Cool, man.
Whoa, Wolf is here. Hey, what's going on?
Oh! I can't leave yet.
No, you can't. He's here. I'm putting in my review of Uncut Gems on Letterboxd. At least I'm trying to.
You better give me a like on Pinocchio 3000, baby. You know, because I spent
What?
Punch Drunk Love. I watched the same
Wait, how do I
weekend.
add the date of which I watched it?
Okay, so did you go to the add button on like the homepage?
Yeah.
Okay, do you see where it says like the date within the review? It says like what day you're reviewing it. Do you see that at all?
Yeah.
Okay, click on that.
Okay, let's just go back then.
Yeah, and you just go to July 15th.
Oh, I see it.
And make sure you specify that it's a rewatch, Nate. This ain't your first rodeo with
Yeah.
Uncut Gems.
Gotta add a review. Add tags.
Could write. Movie.
I've seen this film before.
That's your tag.
I've seen this film before.
You gotta be like, I have indeed seen this motion picture before. This review.
I saw this.
I seen it.
Me own two peepers.
Oh.
Hmm.
Yeah, it wasn't even a review you did. Okay. I was waiting for the review, but I'll take this. Diary. July 15th. Mate, you gotta watch more movies than this. Wait a minute. Nate, you don't even have any ratings for Lord of the Rings on Letterboxd.
No, I don't. It's been so long.
Nate, you gotta rate a bunch of movies that you've seen.
I haven't seen Lord of the Rings in so long.
But you gotta have some sort of rating for it.
Yeah, I mean, I really like the movie.
And you gotta give them a 11 out of 10.
Closer to an 11 than a 12.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
That's what I say. 3,000. Town USA.
3,000 town.
USA.
USA town. Town USA.
Baby.
Healing floor. I am
Is on me.
floor. The floor is on me. 3,000. On me, see.
Town USA.
3,000.
Did you rate Lord of the Rings? You don't have to say when you watch them. You just gotta rate them for me, Nate.
Because
obviously you wouldn't know.
Later. No worry.
Later.
Later.
Nate, right now it says you've only seen 24 movies, and I don't think that's true.
You're right, I've only seen
And one of them is Event Horizon.
Should I put Delgo on there?
Yes, please.
Oh, I'd have to rewatch that. I remember absolutely nothing about it.
You can say that you watched it without rating it.
Oh, okay.
So I can just see that you've seen Delgo.
And then your life will be completely different.
No, I gotta see more ratings and more viewings. Just movies you've seen. You gotta log it all, mate. I gotta see it all. All tells you what's... That's what I'm saying.
Like, I don't think I
So-
have watched a single movie
How is that even possible?
since I have installed Letterboxd. Well, maybe uncut. Maybe the movies I saw up north.
Yeah, literally those are the only ones.
Yeah.
I'm trying to shove
But-
noodles down the garbage disposal.
Trying to shove movies down Nathan. Wait, no.
These noodles are terrible.
You said, oh, when you realize Nathan is allergic to nuts, he doesn't have any nuts.
No, I don't have any nuts inside of me. Dude, that was probably one of the most iconic moments. Like, me trying to save, like, oh, I screwed that up, I gotta save it, and then I make it even worse! Oh, I never shut my Blu-ray player off. Oops. I was so moved by,
Who was listening to that quote? I think Sarah was
Suter.
there.
No, everyone was there, and Mrs. Suter walked in. So that was the big thing there. The fact that Mrs. Suter just walks in, as I'm like, I don't have any nuts inside of me. So, yeah, not the proudest moment of mine, but definitely one not to be ashamed of.
Definitely a pretty
necessarily.
iconic Kingsbury moment.
Yeah,
grade
it
moment.
was one of the more iconic ones. I don't know if anyone remember it.
Just ask,
But-
Colton, remember Luke not having any nuts inside him?
Yeah, I have not mentioned that to like anyone, but it's a pretty funny story.
I think about it from time to time.
I mean, yeah, because I was specifically referring to you about how you could not eat me because I didn't have it. It was me like, the joke was not supposed to be that I didn't have any testicles.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be that, oh, well, it was, it was just like our really random humor that just didn't even make any sense, and that
Yeah.
was supposed to be the joke. It just did not work.
It worked in the wrongest way possible.
Wrongest?
Wrongest? Most incorrectest. It's kind of like the same situation when you tried to describe Fantastic Planet to Colton.
It is very similar. It just does.
You just
Fantastic Planet.
you can't successfully describe that movie.
According to Video Game Donkey, the title says Fantastic Planet, but the picture is from Tim Burton's Planet of the Apes, so I'm gonna give the same rating to both. He gave it 2 out of 10. I have no idea. Yeah, I don't know what that. why that is, but whatever. I give it a 7 out of 10. I don't know if I agree with that. I think I'd probably give like an 8. That's what you gave it. I'm thinking about Fantastic Planet. I gave it a 7 out of 10. I don't know why I gave it a 7 and not an 8. I think I'm just gonna switch that up right now. Just pretend like I never gave it a 7. No one will notice.
Everyone gets notified. Luke has changed his review.
Yeah, I'm just not even gonna bother with it, actually. I'll leave it at a 7. I'll probably watch it again at some point. And change my mind.
Come on.
I give it the same score as Dirty Harry? I don't think so. Dirty Harry is... Dirty Harry is a 6 out of 10. I'm sorry, Dirty Harry. It's fine. It's a decent movie, but... I don't need to ever watch it again. See that? You witnessed me change a review right there.
Wow.
Take that, Dirty Harry. Clint Eastwood's not gonna be happy about that one.
Who?
Clint Eastwood.
Oh. What's
Inspector Harry Callahan.
What's Clint Eastwood gonna do to arrive at my house?
Oh no.
He's just gonna sit there. He's just gonna stay at my front door.
Dude, if Clint Eastwood showed up to my house, I would be terrified. I wouldn't know what to do. Like, he's very tall.
He's just not doing anything though. He's just standing.
Yeah, I mean, it would be like the man in the suit while we're driving along, and we just come across a man in a suit.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Clint Eastwood was a composer?
I just got a chill down my spine, and now I do not feel safe.
Dude, I'm living up at the cabin right now by myself. There is no one else here.
Except the man in the suit. The man in the middle of the road.
In the suit.
Yep.
I didn't realize that Clint Eastwood wrote music for movies. Occasionally, Clint Eastwood does it all.
Yeah.
He's a character, man.
Character.
He
actor.
directs. He acts. He writes. Does he? No, he doesn't write. Wait, has he ever written anything? Let's see here. No, he's not written a single thing. He's got no upcoming movies that he's directing. Any upcoming acting roles? No. Producing? No. He was like making so many movies at like once. Richard Jewell better have not been his last movie. I want to see another great Clint Eastwood movie. I didn't even see Richard Jewell. I didn't really care. Want next movie, Clint Eastwood. Lock it in. To be fair, Clint Eastwood is like 90.
Yeah.
So I don't know how he's still making movies. Born in 1930 and he's still making movies.
That's amazing.
He's 6'4".
Why is he taller than me?
He's still taller than you. And he's 90 years old.
That's not fair.
It isn't. He's taller than me. I mean, everybody's taller than me. But, I mean...
Is Anna taller than you?
Which one?
The Souls.
I don't know. Probably not.
What about Keegan?
No, Keegan's not taller than me.
Ah.
So, yeah. I mean, not everyone there. I always feel taller when I'm hanging out with that gang.
And then Colton enters the room and they're like, okay.
Colton, Corey, you. Yeah, basically all the guys enter the room. I'm like, okay.
Okay, so, hang on.
So maybe I'm kind of short. But,
So maybe I am the short.
maybe I am incredibly short. So what?
I'm just a tall, lanky gamer. I died.
I wish I was tall and lanky.
I'm short and lanky.
I am short and lanky.
We're both lanky lads, but...
Lanky lads.
But,
Man.
yeah. The lanky lads. That's right. I was there when they. I was there when it was written.
I will
Be the band name. Those who created the spaghetti shuffle, the lanky lads.
The day after tomorrow. We should watch this for the film club.
Oh, I've seen that.
I don't think it's that good, I'd imagine.
Wait. No, not Day After Tomorrow. I'm thinking of Sky Captain and the World of Tomorrow. Never mind.
Yeah, there's nothing to do with Day After Tomorrow.
I completely forgot what happens in Sky Captain though. I think robots and then Evil Lady, and that's all I remember. Evil Lady was a robot.
Delgo is not the same either. It doesn't say you've seen Delgo on here yet, Nate.
It will, don't worry.
You gotta own up to seeing
It'll.
Delgo.
I was
Going
young,
to
okay?
purchase it as a family.
I was young. I didn't quite understand.
You better understand now, son.
I'm gonna rewatch it.
You better rewatch Delgo.
Like
Just
punishment. Just the animation
fully-
beat, like, just dumpster fire. Dumpster garbage.
That's what it is.
The voice acting is gonna be terrible. Literally, all I remember from Delgo is like, "You're on your own, kid." That's the only quote I remember.
That's not even a real quote.
I know. It's just when the guy kills his parents or something, and then he just goes, "You're on your own, kid." And then when he dies later on, and then he just says, "You're on your own, kid," again, and then he realized it was him who killed his parents. But he was helping him for some reason.
That's a little thing on Discord I added you.
Oh, yeah.
I zoomed in on the poster. Dude, it says only 675 people have seen Delgo on Letterboxd.
Oh.
Why is Anne Bancroft in this? Who's in The Graduate?
What? How did I die? No.
Dracula Dead and Loving It. That's because she was married to Mel Brooks.
Mel Books.
And she passed away in, I think, 2005.
No.
Mel Brooks is not dead, though.
This is a bucket. Dear God. There's more. No.
I think he's 92.
That's an age. Yeah.
He is 92.
What right does he have to be 92?
He was old enough to go see Modern Times in the theaters.
Wow.
That is insane. He could have been like, I went to go see Modern Times.
That'd be such a flex in this day and age amongst moviegoers.
I saw Modern Times in the theater and back on. Okay, but that means you have to live through the Great Depression.
Yeah.
So, I would not say, just to watch Modern Times, I would not live through the Great Depression.
No, how did I die? It's not a thing that happens.
Okay, I think I'm actually gonna get off now.
Alright now.
Getting kinda tired.
Okay.
Hell tired of. We better be talking soon, son.
I will see about tonight. It just depends on whether or not I'm like up to it, because it's Wednesday night,
Yeah.
and I'm usually very tired Wednesday nights.
So maybe Thursday.
Maybe.
Friday I got the meeting in the afternoon, but we never do this in the afternoon. Saturday I got a wedding. Sunday I'm back home. So I don't know about Sunday. I might be trying to get settled in on Sunday.
Yeah.
To then the life back in my house.
We're gonna have to show
Okay,
up.
son.
Like when you get to your house, I will be there, holding my shoes.
And say thank you. Bye bye.
Yep. I'm just gonna wait for you all day.
Okay. Bye bye, son.
Very well. Now I can focus on the level. No, how did I? Such a good run too. Hey GG players, how's it going? I'm just doing my thing. Playing this. What? How did I die? What? What are you? Why? What am I dying from? Leukemia? Yeah, okay. What? No. There it is. I probably could have done a prettier run.